Dave comes in like a statue and drops twirl. He's somehow able to double up drop shots and the XD in hand. I bet he's smiling about that one. Rick's causing havoc, finding clone, and God's on. It's gonna drop down Josh. We're down to 2 versus 2. That bomb is slowly ticking down. I don't know if they're gonna have enough time to get there. God's over to the corner, finds Scott, but it's fake with the third. He's got God down on the ground. It's all up to him with 7 rounds in the magazine here. Can he find the remaining player? He's able to do so. Reeks is not wreaking havoc anymore, but that bomb's about to wreak havoc on bait. He's got him defused. I don't know if he's going to have the time. It's going to come down to the wire here.
Hey guys, welcome to another fantastic day of Critical Ops World Championship 2023. Well, I'm a master, the other one here for the current moment, but we will have an extra special guest coming in here soon. But today is going to be an extra fun day because, well, we are in the consolidation number 2. We're rolling through today's matchup. We only have one for you guys today, which is going to be one that you may have seen coming here way down there on the ticker. But, of course, we got to give a special thanks and a shout out to all of the teams who've made it here. Because even though we are down and we are dwindling them down into the consolidation and working our way to the finals, these are the qualified teams that have made it through. And they've done so much work, so much efforts to be here. Some of them qualified to be here. Some of them had positions to be here. But either way, you know, finally GG, G9, Invictus, Rain, Mayhem 5, Mullet Mafia, Evil Vision, Merciless, Underestimated, Seminole, Rogue, and Xenocide. They have done so much work to get here. And, of course, they've done so many matches. These matches have gone on for a couple weeks now, and they have just been working their tails off. And, well, we're almost all the way to the end. We can see we have 2 positions filled on finals A and B, respectively, with Mullet Mafia and Rain. Well, today, we have to go through the consolidation 2A, and then tomorrow is going to be 2B. So today we have Merciless versus Underestimated, and these guys are ready to find out who's going to be doing a rematch against Rain. Both of these teams have gone up against Rain and have lost. And so now only one of them can survive and move on to the next round. And that is today. Now, tomorrow, same time, same place. That'll be Evil Vision versus G9. G9 initially dropped Evil Vision down into the consolidation, but they've worked their way back up, and they are now, again, doing a rematch. This is just a bunch of rematches going back and forth. These are going to be great. They definitely need to be able to do it. And they need to be able to take their time and figure out how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that special guest, the one has finally returned. It's Dodgeball indeed. I mean, my internet just went kaboom before, and now, luckily, we're here, of course, with the matchup and with me in as well. I want to take that bracket on one more time before we're going to be speaking about this matchup in particular, because there's something pretty sweet about these matches and about the following bits as well, because as A-Master said, we're almost there at the end. So if you can take that bracket on one more time, if we can take a look at it, because from now on, we've always had ourselves best of 3s. But if you look at those brackets, Rain and Mullet Mafia are waiting in matches which will be best of 5s. And then the grand final, which is going to be a best of 7. So 2 more best of 3s this week, then best of 5s, and then best of 7s. We're working our way up the rankings. We're working our way up to the impressive matches, because these are going to be quite nice, to say the least, right? Rain and Mullet Mafia that will have an opportunity, the top 1 and top 2, right, of EU, that will be facing against the sort of challengers that are still yet to come. But those will be best of 5, so those will be very interesting. You definitely want to check that out next week as well.
Absolutely, yeah, to give them a little bit extra cushion to be able to work their plans out and be able to get where they want to go. And it's going to be good. But again, we got to go through these consolidations, right? This weekend, unfortunately, it's a fantastic weekend, but it's a terrible weekend because we have to say goodbye to one of these teams. And then tomorrow we have to say goodbye to another one. And well, underestimated, merciless, only one of them can survive. And well, unfortunately, we will say goodbye to one of them at the end of this best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of these two teams a little bit, maybe some history behind it. Merciless obviously playing in every Pro League season that they have had. One time they've won it, twice they've lost it against Evil Vision. So they're definitely the team. It should be the favorite. I think everyone can agree with me on that one in the chat, A-Master, everybody. On the other hand, underestimated. They're still here. I didn't even expect them to make it too far in this tournament. They played qualifiers first, and this team, A-Master, will talk about the roster and everything in a little bit, but it's a team that popped out of nowhere, that has players in there, for example, a Triton in that team, that has not played a single Pro League or intermediate tournament, that came here just out of nowhere and is now playing with each other, and they're in the top, top 6 of the world right now.
Yeah,
the world of criticalops. That's insane.
Yeah, they've definitely done something. They've done it great, and since they, coming out of technically nowhere. And I think that's the greatest thing is, everybody continues to underestimate them per their name, and they continue to perform. We thought even last week that's like, things are not going great, but they continue to bring these things out, and to where Merciless will be more than likely the fan favorites, but I'm still not convinced. Underestimated has continued to prove me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to see what they're able to bring today against Merciless to see if they are able to keep going.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope that they're gonna be able to bring that one around. First, of course, gonna be talking about the viewer awards real quickly, or the map veto that we're gonna have set up. We're gonna have a live veto, of course, for you guys as well, coming up quite soon. But you guys can indeed participate on your own, as well as participate or just watch the streams in general, right? The viewer awards are going to be here. You're guaranteed those rewards for just watching this World Championship unfold. You can watch your favorite teams, but at the same time, you can get yourself some juicy rewards, even participating in a raffle for a lucky spin as well. 5 cases, premium cases, winter cases, Force of the Nature cases, all there for you guys. And also that lovely emblem, because you've been here, you've watched the Worlds, you've watched your favorite teams, but you're also getting yourself some sweet rewards.
Yep. And so these are fantastic things you guys can get for yourself. So we will let you know verbally. You will hear it coming out of our mouths. One of us will let you know when it is ready, when it is open, and you just click the link down in the description. You go to it, and then you just tap it. You just tap that you're watching, and guess what? Then you're done, and then you'll be able to get your rewards when they are sent out. They will be sent out after Worlds is over. And so that will then be collected, that data, and then it'll be sent out to you guys who have participated.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of a, you're not a bot system, right? You cannot just auto-bot it. You got to be there in time. You got to get yourself those juicy rewards. But speaking of this game in particular, of course, the map veto is obviously live. We're going to have it lively run for you guys. So let's move into it as soon as we are available to it. Because underestimated and merciless, they will have 3 maps to play on. So let's move into it. Let's get to the map veto. Here comes that map veto indeed. Live map veto obviously for these 2 teams. And I made some notes about the maps that you usually see getting picked, or about the teams that are definitely good on it. Merciless seem to have been good on the maps of Raid and Port. So I expect the side from Underestimate to do something about it. 6 in 1. So an 83% win rate when it comes to Port, and a very good win rate of about 70% for Raid coming through. So I definitely feel like there's something Underestimate are going to have to do about it. They themselves, though, seem to have gone for some Raid, Village, shore picks themselves. So it's going to be pretty great to see what they're going to go for. They ban Soar away. That does open up the gate for a Port and a Raid ban. This is not the way I expected it to go.
Well, at 20%, they're kind of not really super happy about. Now, this is kind of interesting, though. Merciless banning Costello having a 75% win rate, and they are rolling it. So we're going to Village first. Fantastic. Underestimated having a 100% win rate. It's only 2, but you know they're going to go for the unknown here, which I really love that people are taking Village into this. No surprise, Jesse. You were just talking about the stats for Merciless with Port, and guess what? It's coming, and it's really bad for Underestimated with only a 33% win rate.
And the Village one is pretty interesting as well, because Underestimate, I expected them to either go for a Castello or a Village pick. The fact that Merciless bans away Castello, because the side from Underestimate have been looking good on that map previously. They have a 100% win rate against Merciless only rocking a 75, so that opens up the gate. A Canals ban for Underestimated. I mean, Merciless have a lots of experience on it, a count of 14 over the 5 that Underestimate have played themselves. So I feel like UE is definitely in the clear for that one. That leaves 2 maps to be open, Burrow to be banned away by Merciless. That leaves the final map to be the side of Raid. Oof, looking at these 3 maps, A-Master, I feel like Port and Raid, I said it before, I think that UE should be banning away at least one of them. Sure, they're going for a SOAR that allows to open up the gate for those maps, and then banning away Canals is nice because the side of Merciless have played it 14 times, but you're still going to the 2 best maps to end the games off with. So if Merciless isn't, or if Underestimated aren't able to win Village, you're gonna have 2 hell of a matches yet to come. And even if you win it, Merciless, they have still that gate open for a reverse sweep. We shouldn't be scared of it whatsoever. This veto looks like one where Merciless is very happy about themselves.
I would say so, because right now Village, if they can take it, then they should be looking really nice going into Port, because this is absolutely nowhere close on Port to be Underestimated's map. Now, if they're able to take their each of their map picks, Raid, I feel like, is still slated to Merciless, but Underestimated definitely have a good chance at, say, Raid versus, say, if Canals ended up on that, right? You know, if it was Canals, that'd be really terrible. So Raid is a better choice, but ultimately, it really starts here, right here in the first match. Like, even though it is a best of 3, but it's like, if you don't take Village, Port's not looking too great unless they've really practiced.
Yeah, and one more thing to take a look at when we're looking at the previous results of Underestimate. The reason why I said you probably shouldn't be taking Raid, although they have an 80% win rate when it comes to the overall of this organization. The last match that they played was against Raid. It was the only match that they've lost on the map yet to this date. But it was on NA servers. It was against Raid, one of the best Raid teams in the world. But still on NA servers, a 13-8 win for Rain. And Rain is an EU team. Everyone knows that they are a good team. They surely are. But to play on not your own server and to only get yourself, or to play on your own server and only get 8 rounds going into that is probably going to be a little bit of a counter pick when it comes to Merciless, and they're pretty happy to have Raid as a decider, even though Underestimated till that point onwards hadn't dropped a single thing. Merciless feels like they have what it takes to be allowed to win it. Of course, we've had the map veto. Now we're going to move into the teams to see where they're actually moving, what kind of team composition we're looking at. And I already said it before, Underestimated, a team which hasn't really played too much, and you can see that lineup together. I can name them up real quickly about which ones are usually playing. You got Tyloo, Deef, which is also known as a Zeke previously. You got XD Gamer, also known as Evil before, Chelle and Triton. You've gotten 2 players which played in Season 3 for the side from Xenocide. So that was pretty good. They got 3rd inside of NA. Then you were allowed to get yourself Chell, which played 1 match in Season 1 of Pro League playoffs. That was all he did for the entirety of the year. Triton hasn't played a single Pro League. And Tyloo has only played stand-ins in Season 3 and Season 2. So you've gotten 2 experienced players out there, which have played quite a bit. But the main lineup also consists of 2 players, which have not had too much experience when it comes to playing officials, but they're still here. So there's definitely something to it.
There is. You know, they've really done what seems to be their homework. They've been putting in the practice. And these guys have, you know, even though they may not have the most maps, you know, I mean, sure, we have up to 95. You know, Chelia down there has 95 maps, but, you know, overall, at least the ratings are okay. They're all above 1.0 in all the good ways, and the team average is 1.23. So just some basic numbers. Of course, that goes through a lot of things that, you know, that they do. You know, their accolades, you know, at least we're able to get 1st place in Circuit Season 5. And then as we work our way, forward, some things have happened where, semifinals and Embers of Victory Season 3, Pro League Season 2 was 8th place, and Worlds of last year, they got 16th. So nothing too crazy as far as their most recent things that they have won or placed, except for Circuit Season 5, again, taking first place, but that was a different lineup. So with Worlds, I think they've come definitely a long way since then, since last year, getting 16th place, and now they're in pretty much almost into the top 4. They're in the top 6 right now. So if they can make this happen, they can at least get their way all the way basically to the end. They may not be able to make it to the grand finals, but if they can make it to a finals, I think that'd be a great way for them to really bust in and end 2023.
I mean, 8th place of Season 2, that's final place, right? They didn't win a single match because they forfeited everything. So that's also a tournament that even adds to the point of less tournament experience when it comes to this organization. They didn't play Pro League Season 2. They still were there. Their name was on it. They forfeited every match when it comes to it. Worlds, of course, that's when this lineup, or at least some of them, have played with each other. But all in all, he doesn't speak too great when it comes to playing the semi-final. And Embers of Victory Season 3 is then pretty alright, because there were teams in there like Mulip Mafia and I think Rain, which got to the finals. So all in all, that's good, but there's still a limited experience when it comes to underestimate. Merciless, though, they've gotten a ton. They've gotten a pretty good lineup with 5 players which have been playing on and off with each other. They have a 4-man core from Pro League Season 2. You've gotten 1 Scott Ottawa, 1 Vape and Arm, previously known as Deborah. But then a Loose and Ox, which we all still remember. If you have looked at Pro League and you saw Season 2, it was Elevate. It was a team all of a sudden popping up that were in the top 2 of the group stage that beat Merciless and the side from Evil Vision before, or just tied it. It was always a pain to play against them. They got 3rd place in Season 2, and now they're here joining forces. Merciless was one of the best teams when it comes to NA in Pro League Season 3, but when it came to the finals, they lost twice. They lost twice to Evil Vision. They weren't even, or they were able to play on the opponent's servers, but they weren't able to beat them in best of 5s. And now, when the pressure is on, are they going to be able to do the same against Underestimate? That's a question, because this lineup is good. You see the average rating, you see the maps. They have lots of experience when it comes to playing or playing with each other. But when it comes to finals, when it comes to interesting matches, or at least matches where there should be a little bit of a pressure on Merciless, they sometimes seem to fail. They sometimes seem to lack on that final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and so at this point, even though there is a lot of experience, there's really good ratings, there's good win rates across the board, but at the same time, they're in the consolidation for a reason. They got bumped down, and so as we see these the veterans versus somewhat of the new guys, who's going to have the best strategies. Now, as far as taking home some dubs, they've been able to take 2nd place 3 times and 1st place once. Embers of Victory Season 3, 2nd place. Pro League 1, 2, and 3, they were able to take the first gold on Season 1, but only took the silver on Season 2 and 3, which is still not bad. They're still making it all the way to 2nd place. They definitely have the experience, they have the accolades, and they've been able to get some of those final placements. But like you said, putting that final nail in the coffin seems to be a bit of the issue. And at today's issue is they're in the consolidation round. This is the best of 5, so maybe it'll work better in their favor. But the fact that it's they got to get past this point or they're out. Again, one of these teams have to go.
Yeah, but a thing that I can think about then is obviously these guys are from NA. And what they've done in Pro League Season 2 and 3 is win every match they played against NA teams. The only matches that they've lost once against Evil Vision inside of the finals. And that was on opponent servers. So when that comes to home soil, they're now playing against Underestimate, which also is an NA team. They're not going to have any shenanigans. We're not going to have any shenanigans with the weird servers. So they should be allowed to once again deal with the NA teams that they've already done, because they are the kings of NA. They will still be. This is just a chance to prove themselves, and then they're going to have to go towards EU again. Then they're going to have to deal with potential Evil Vision on the other side of the bracket, but that's not something they're worrying about now. They're worrying about taking down the NA, and that's what they've done for the entirety of the year. They've always been able to find themselves NA wins. The only thing that they lost was in finals, when the pressure was on, against South America, against opponent servers, and now we're here. So Merciless is definitely still the team to beat, and a good sort of comparison you make, it's the new guys versus the old ones. I feel like strat-wise, Merciless is going to be ready. their names, they speak for themselves, their ratings speak for themselves. But the fact that UE, without too much preparation time yet, or without too much experience, are still getting these amounts of ratings, that does seem like they have the better aim when it comes to it. So it's aim versus strats, and then you have to bring it together here. You gotta bring it together if you're Merciless.
Exactly. So, will their on the fly strategies or their new strategies go up against the old faithfuls? And of course, we'll see the comparisons here as we go down the lines. And of course, you'll see, like Scott with 136 maps, you're going to be seeing some high numbers versus some low numbers. And that's just how that's going to be. But the thing is, the ratings are still close. And so that's technically better for underestimated. They're getting a high rating quite quickly. But of course, they're not filled out as much. Once you get past 100, it starts filling out a little bit and you start evening out to kind of, settling into where you typically would like to be or where your skill sets are. And, again, here 154 versus 56, but yet the ratings are only within a couple points of each other and the KDs are equal.
Yeah, pretty much. Triton as well. Limited experience, didn't play this year of Pro League and Intermediate, so real great to see him still being there. Bossy has played quite a bit, has played in Worlds in 2022 with them. Not necessarily been playing ever since, and that's why his matches are this low, but every time Underestimate have played and played with him, 77% win rate. It's really a good looking player to have in your team. Ottawa as your IGL, of course. One of the most experienced coming out here. Kalo, also a very good stand-in player that has been used as a stand-in. Limited maps, but still stable rating. He's one of the only ones that in Underestimate has played every season of Pro League or Intermediate. I can name some of them, but I don't think that's definitely necessary. But it kind of indicates that the side from Underestimate have a lot to work with when it comes to various players. Whereas you've gotten, of course, for the team of Merciless, you've gotten your standard lineup, and that's it. Underestimate have some more wiggle room to go off of. One Snoop's, of course, also there, and Isaac, another IGL that could be huge. Merciless, the fact that they have two IGLs, A-Master, indicates to me that they've gotten their strats written out. They know what they're capable of doing. There is something to say about having two IGLs, but having two players call, one in mid-round, one in early round, it really shapes up the strats to be nice and to have various views from various parts of the map, because you can split those IGLs up, right? You can have one towards A, one towards B. You hear some information, you hear some noises of people rotating, you can capitalize upon it, and you can make that call, you can make that rotation, and go towards the side that is, for example, less guarded and have an easier time. That really is where Merciless is kind of known for in that strat department.
Exactly, and they got to be careful with that, because if they don't play the IGL sharing right, then it can cause conflict. So they've got, it seems like they've gotten it down, and I agree that it can definitely give that advantage, and especially if you want to do even half seas, do the first half, then flip, the other person takes over. One's geared towards the coalition, one's geared towards the breach, and makes things sharing the load and sharing off the abilities of them. But that's your teams, that's your lineups, and we'll be seeing who's going to be a part of it in these matches as we roll through it. I mean, it's looking good. I mean, I'm happy to see what they're able to bring. Underestimated has again continued to surprise us, so I would not be surprised if they're able to at least take one map, if not two, just because of what they've been able to do and what they've been able to perform. But Merciless is still kind of the kings, so this is going to be a real hard time for Underestimated to really bring this home.
Yeah, I mean, I would usually say Merciless, easy time for a 2-0 when it comes to just basically putting it up the strats, or the stats rather. But we've also seen the Underestimated what they've did inside of NA. Like, they've played inside of the qualifiers, right? And you had to get yourself a couple of matches, just to name you a few, right? A 2-0 win, I think a 2-1 loss, but then again a 2-0 win to make it all the way. So they've had they fight through everything. They fought their way through into the qualifiers, or out of the qualifiers, then beating some other teams as well inside of EU. I think Violent GG eventually had to lose as well coming into it. So it really is a troublesome position that they found themselves, or that they've gotten themselves into now that they have to play against the more tough opponents. I mean, eventually, when you're starting to beat the lesser known teams, you're gonna have to play versus the top dogs. Eventually you will face Mullet Mafia and a Rain along the way as well. But now facing against the NA Kings, And can the NA Kings be uncrowned? Can UE, for example, be the new Kings going into 2024 as well? That will be the main point of view I'm gonna have onto this game. They gotta prove me right once more, because they've done it against the lesser known teams. Now they gotta do it against the Kings.
Yeah, then it's gonna be rough. You know, it's will this be, you know, the story of, you know, breaking through everything? Either way, you know, if it is or it is not, you know, they've done a good job. They've busted through the teams. They've made their way here. And whether it's the end of the road or the continuation, I think that they've definitely made a name for themselves at this point. And they've been able to put a lot of things behind them as far as experience and now teams and going, you know, through the world championship to this point. Because, you know, there's a lot of teams that get eliminated and there's not very many that could say, hey, we got the top 6.
Yep. Yeah, it is. And I mean, I probably lesser known was a bad way of putting it, I think, when I said about the other teams. I think it's like working your way up inside of like an army as well. You first become a knight, you start beating a lot of knights out. Eventually, you want to take that crown, you want to be on top, and that's something you underestimate is going to try to do now, taking away Merciless. They played against Violent GG, they won that match, but they want that rematch against Rain. And previously, of course, you can see that bracket they went through. They lost against Seminole. Then they won against Xenocide, which previously won against an NA team as well. So they had to beat 2 NA teams. They couldn't do it against Seminole. They're out now, but they're still standing. They've won against Violent GG, the top of the top when it comes to EU. Merciless first winning against them, but then choking against Rain as well. Both teams have had their flatters written all over it. Rain has been ready when it comes to this this World Championship, but who will get the rematch? That's going to be the question. Merciless, they got a stage further by beating Violent GG. Underestimate did so too. So it really is all cards on the map. You know both of them are capable of beating the teams or getting beaten by the teams that they've previously lost against. So it really is a pretty 50-50 matchup when you look at both Merciless and Underestimate, right? Winning against Violent GG. It's really great. Although, I would have to say, Merciless did it a little more convincingly when it comes to the match. You can look at it. For example, Underestimate playing 13-12 on the final map on NA server. Violent GG, not necessarily performing that well against Merciless because they were just too good, probably. So I feel like in that regard as well, that statement could be enough to see how the cards are flipped right now and how the cards are at stake. Because Merciless really looks like the team to beat in at least NA, and Underestimate is the one trying to do that today.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they've been able to, you know, they had better showings, they had better times, and the only thing is they both got 2-0'd by Rain. So, you know, technically, you know, they are in the same bracket of both getting 2-0'd, but I agree. Merciless has had a bit better showings. They've had a little bit stronger losses when it comes to the matches they haven't won. But then again, you know, this is running it down. We're getting into that, you know, spot in the tournament that we need to, you know, hunker down, put the time in, and I think Underestimated has definitely done that.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, it really depends, and it comes down to who's the most ready. Because, you know, Merciless can be the Kings, but if they let that go to their head, or they didn't practice as much as they probably thought they should, or, you know, things happen, you know, in IRL, you know, Underestimated might still be able to get that one over on them. But again, that's up to them as well to do the same exact thing, to be able to get that time in. And honestly, it should be super solid no matter what happens. You know, these matches are inevitable. They're coming your way, and we're getting ready to do it. And so hopefully, as we get into it, Village will be a good, solid match, and then Port, then Raid.
Yeah, we're going to be getting ourselves ready for the knife. So we'll be there. Knife round, always a crucial part when it comes to critical ops. What side are you going to start on? Will that be the coalition side? Will that be the breach side? But at least you have that decision to choose what it will be. And on every map, we're going to have this round. On every map, We'll see who's gonna get it. And now, of course, it being the pick from Underestimate, Merciless trying to be the damage dealers when it comes to this map, to have two of their strongest maps still in the play. A knife round would be important for them to choose on what side they're starting on. They're going for the stack tactic, both of them are. It looks like Merciless is taking them all away. 4 kills, or 5 kills rather, with only 1 for Underestimate. So that's a very good start, A-Master, and that's really gonna set the tone for this game already. Merciless taking his knife round.
Yeah, Jesse, that's definitely not what they needed. At least if you're an Underestimated fan. You know, I mean, this is exactly what they didn't need to happen if they were going to be able to have the best chance to take their own map. So cross your fingers. You know, they're going to be placed on whatever side that they want to, you know, be given based on what Merciless chooses. So we're going to have to figure out how that's going to go. So, but without further ado, let's dive into game number 1. Village it is. The knives have been determined. They have sharpened them. They have used them, and now they must use their very clean and unused pistols for the first time of the day. Hopefully that'll help them, you know, get the best shots, because again, this is the all-important pistol round, to where hopefully Underestimated, if they want to have the best chance to staying in this, will be able to take this one. And it looks like they're going to have a chance to go on the breach side and get the bomb planted. And well, looks like they're choosing correctly, because B side is completely open and that's where they're headed. And so hopefully Merciless will figure that out soon.
Yeah, 5v5 retake, Game Master, playing this site completely off. I mean, I get it. B side is hard to hold, so whenever there will be a push from that long side, but at least leave one person there. You can at least rotate. You have an easier time to set yourself up. I feel like that would have been the best bet. You have a long way of falling back on the B side as well, which can allow you to make some stuff happen. But immediately, push is going to come through. Tyloo up close in the corner, trying to peek up their contact. Swings are coming through. XD Gamer lining up 2. Greatly done as Underestimate holds onto the side. Only player left is a loose. 2 kills to his name. Looking for more, but Thief is going to is going to take him away. First round will be found for Underestimated. And that's why you don't leave a B side open, because then the retakes are coming in too late and you're running yourself through into a stack of attackers. So just going to mow you down.
Yeah, and I agree with you. At least have one person, you know, you almost like a sentry, right? You know, just get the information. You know, if you could have jiggle peeked out for just a half a second and saw 5 people running your way, that could have been the difference between those couple of seconds to getting into a bit of a better position. Well, at this point, Underestimated's now got their abilities to use rifles. They got everything done just the way they wanted to, except for Arm. He was able to retake at least a rifle, but not able to use it. And Def and XD Gamer 1 each. Ottawa might be able to pick up 1, but that is no. So I'd say that's not too bad. They still got 2 players taken out on Underestimated side for Merciless, so you know, it's doable.
Pretty good way to at least deal some damage to the economy. Now the real stuff will happen, of course, the real round. Merciless trying to find the weak spots in the attack from Underestimated themselves, also figuring that out. All of them looking to maneuver their way towards the A side. One coming from the short side, as there also is a push from Alous. Didn't see Shell crossing up. Arm might get himself a dirty surprise from behind as Eltsawa lining up from the back lines, as well as a push up close. Also, I need to win this fight. The IGL need to step up in the fragging apartment. XD Gamer lining them up, so does Shell. Still on the side, Alous. Far run back. Scott is running through, lines them up, gets 2. Retake is still doable as Scott is going to line them all, and the round gets won by Merciless. How is this possible? Underestimated wasn't caring about the flank whatsoever. And Scott, just playing the trigger discipline a little bit, he waited just a split second to line up 2. And just like that, Merciless will win the round and get themselves up to 1 round. And Underestimated in a pretty uncomfortable position with their money. They're probably forced to go for an eco here.
Which is insane so early on, but like I said, they didn't expect to flank, and Scott did what he does best. And, you know, he came around and just lined them up and then got himself a 3rd. And then that only left 1 to be cleaned up. So, they're gonna have to see what they can do with these pistols. You know, they got some deagles, they might be able to do something, some damage, maybe get a kill or two. Maybe the bomb planted. Nope, guess not. Ottawa's gonna go ahead and take that out and say absolutely not. So they got no kills, no plant, no nothing on that one. And so then that's not what you necessarily want to see. But now that it got over fairly quickly, we're already tied up again. Yeah. And this is gonna be big. This is where Scott, he took his time, he got those 2 kills, and then he's able to pick up the 3rd, and then just like that, a loose comes in and gets up all the loose ends.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing fast like that as underestimated, and you have a site taken under control, you already plant a bomb, so you think the site is clear, you know the site is clear. The flank has to be held, and you need to at least have one player insulated to it. Every time they're pushing A, every time they're pushing fast, underestimated is good to getting the first 2 kills. Now needing to complete the post plant as well. It's exactly what they're doing. Isaac still lining up another, getting taken away by Def. It's all left to Loose to do it. XD Gamer comes out from behind, strikes in, and underestimated, playing very fast. They don't get a bomb plant in the previous round, but that still allows them to get a full buy. And now with this full buy, of course, that they previously won, already putting themselves up to a 3-2 scoreline, and Merciless potentially falling down lower. They will only get 2,000 if they lose this round. So this is the chance you've got to reset them and put yourself in a sweet spot when it comes to the next few rounds.
Yeah, and so they really got to put that effort into this. They've got to be able to do something here. It looks like at least they're doing a little bit better. They're, well, at least attempted to. Never mind. Loose and Ottawa's going to go ahead and change that up real quick. And so now Def and Triton, that's all they've got left to do. And Triton goes down, leaving it all up to Def. And I mean, sure, he could still potentially do one, but here, that backstab coming in again. I mean, they might be able to get one, but definitely not. But again, that backstab, which was, again, Scott, a second time, almost made it happen. So they've really got to start paying attention to that backside and make sure that nobody is going to be coming from that area. Even though it didn't detrimentally kill them this time, it's definitely something that they need to start paying attention to, because if they keep doing that, they're going to start losing more rounds.
And the rest of them have gone for a split every time, always having one person run straight into short. Again, they're doing so. I think Merciless should be adapting on it a little bit more. They're not doing so now. And I love what Underestimate is doing, because they feel like Merciless is going to respond to what they've done previously. Possibly pushing. You can see Otto on the top of the map. He's going to maneuver his way into that short, like, tiny path. And they try to catch him pushing. They try and catch him falling, but he's not falling short. He's getting more. Nate will find it. And now Shell up close as well. Going to drop Otto. I played this one to perfection. He's the IGL for a reason. And shuts it down. Big brain plays coming through from Merciless. Just thinking it all through very properly. It's all left to XD Gamer. But once more, I mean, this round, Underestimate tried to anticipate on something that Merciless is doing. Ottawa not fully committing into it. He's not like, okay, we've lost this passage twice, or 3 times even, twice. Now we're gonna have to make a move. He's still taking his time. He's still diligently thinking about, okay, they might be stacking here. I might have to be a little careful. And he picks them off one by one, taking 3 and shutting down the round right there and then. Because XD Gamer now has no chance of going it. I mean, I love to see him do this. I just don't see him do it.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, right? You know, if he gets it lined up just right. But as, you know, isolating 1v5s, I just don't see that happening. Although there is 15 seconds left, so the hold is good. And we are seeing Scott swoop back around. He was coming up somewhat close, but he has decided to go back. So it looks like a hold for everybody seems to be the play for now. But with that, that's going to be Merciless taking the lead. And, I mean, honestly, they're doing a great job. They're not wasting any time when they do these executions. And when they execute it, it's either they win or they don't. And at this point, so far, it's been more often than not they have won, especially since we're out of pistols.
And for you as well, Amos, because I haven't really casted too much Village, but do you feel this map is more towards the Coalition or Breach sided? Because that can mean a lot when it comes to the position we're in right now.
So it depends on the team, and I know that sounds terrible, but it really does. If a team has a strong breach plan and a strong breach sided, it absolutely can be 100% breach. Because if they take the sites like they should, they use equipment like they should, because really A is the biggest contender. If you throw and you have your angles right, you can flash out and smoke out every angle and every person on there and just walk in there and just start popping heads if you can do it right. But again, that's that if you can. And B is also some of the same if you can bombard it well enough, say from either mid and then also going for B long. Again, you can do the same thing. And it seems like they've gotten at least a better foothold now, and XD Gamer actually cleaned up the last two for this round to equalize it. But yeah, it definitely can be, but at the same time, if you have a smart team chilling on the coalition, and they're making sure they're staying out of the way of where everything gets thrown and then coming in afterwards, then it definitely can be in their favor.
I mean, speaking of strats, I think Merciless have a lot of them. So in that regard, this map should be more breach-sided when it comes to Merciless, I feel like. So that's probably going to be a good spot for them to be in, right? I'm a little bit concerned still about their village. Sure, they've won it once, they've lost it once, but they haven't played it in this World Championship yet. They haven't attended, sometimes going for the ban as well. They've usually banned Castello or Village away, depending on what team they're playing against. So it really makes me having some question marks still in my mind, but at the same time, this wasn't really the map that we were too scared of for Merciless to lose. So the next two maps were going to be more in their favor, but hey, now that you are tied, and now that you have that opportunity, why not take it away? And then when it comes to the map as well, they should have prepared, because they're banning away Castello. They're leaving the opportunity for a Village pick to come out. And now they're trying to hold on to the side. Scott is up close. Swing coming through. That's the bomb getting dropped. Tries to line up more. Scott is still there. A pillar on the side as he's only allowed to find two. The cross to the side being held. They were crossed further away. So the bomb is safe to go on the side. There's a 3-on-3 retake that will come in. The question is, how will Merciless position themselves? As Alus is still watching the cross. Now, repositioning with his team. This is something I really like, because now they're all three going to be together, attempting for this retake. Smokes will provide themselves some vision. They're trying to jump. They're trying to create some space. Two flashes. They will get thrown in. And now the run. A synchronized execute. A synchronized retake. That could be coming out quite nicely. XD Gamer still trying to take him down as they cleared this position before. He's now flanking the flank, but the defuse will come in. He's still doing, but he's going to be taken away. The round will be won by Underestimate, as they're the ones holding on. But that could have been something pretty special, as they were going for a ninja. But look at the economy now, A-Master. It's absolutely shredded. Merciless have nothing. And so Underestimate have a very good chance to take themselves up to 6.
Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely obliterated their economy. But something I'd like to note is, even though it is still going back and forth, Merciless has done really, really good rounds. Oh, but Jelly, okay. Coming in, getting three pistols going down. Tyla and Def for 1. But my thing to mention is, you can see that they're keeping it close. You know, even though, you know, that's maybe something more for Merciless than Underestimated, but the fact that they're staying close. So even though Merciless is as high of a team that they are, Underestimated is still staying close to them. And at this point, 2 rounds ahead, and we'll see if that changes now that the rifles come back into play. But the fact that they're staying close, I think, is really telling us something about Underestimated skill and how they've practiced for this match.
I mean, I can say yes, but this is the worst map, right, for Merciless out there. They don't play this map almost ever. So I'm really going to have to see how it will be on the other maps, because it could also be a decimation when it comes to it. Just like this round,
No.
Isaac, you absolute monster. You're going to take him. Shell will fall as he pushed through the smoke. And that's 5 for Merciless right there and then. The wind will come through. And it's 6-5 with Merciless getting themselves a defuse. What a retake. And Isaac as well. I mean, a good thing about this is actually he's usually a stand-in. I just realized that right now, as Merciless aren't even playing with their usual 5-stack. Vape isn't in there right now. Isaac, previously known as Ox, the player which came with a lose towards this team inside of Season 3 and inside of the World Championship. They're now playing they're playing with each other again. But Isaac is not even the player that has played, like, inside of Season 3. He's only played 3 maps inside of the final. But he didn't play in the regular season, he didn't play in the playoffs, and now he's here playing in the World Championship, but he's playing his mind off. He's absolutely decimating the players.
Yeah, and even though he didn't play those matches, the fact that he's been able to do so good, and he's staying, you know, consistently here so far. We'll see if anybody gets swapped out for later, but so far he's doing an absolute great job. And so hopefully we can continue to see that. And he's also one of the more longest standing experienced players as well, with his 136 maps played that he has. And so he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. But at least Underestimated is able to combat against it and get their bomb plants. But to your point, Jesse, is that this is not exactly Merciless's favorite map. They don't really play it, but you know, a team is still good if they're good. But again, if they don't really necessarily have strats for it, or they just don't really do it, definitely seeing them keep up with Merciless going into the next games, into the more, you know, seasoned maps for Merciless, is definitely going to be the biggest thing that's going to be able to tell us how this is going to go.
I mean, they just gotta win this map. Simply, if they want to have a chance at taking it, they gotta win this map. Because on the next two, they will have a whole lot of trouble. And sure, you can say if they make a reverse sweep, I mean, I'm gonna eat my words. It surely is, right? when they do so on both board and raid, I mean, I'm gonna do so. But then there should be something with Merciless, because they ain't winning Pro League once and winning everything against NA to then go into the World Championship. Then there should be nerfs. Then there should be a very big flutter. They should lose retakes, which shouldn't be humanly possible. It really is a troublesome situation. It has to be Merciless making the mistakes or Underestimate playing very well coordinated and just surprising us all. I mean, I feel like there's definitely a possibility for it, but they just gotta win this map. It cannot be a reverse sweep otherwise. I feel like Merciless, they're playing very well though. Very organized criticalops already.
Yeah,
4v3.
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be hard for them to do, regardless. You know, again, this is basically where Underestimated have to take this and to put them in the best place, you know, possible. Now, whether they're able to do the sweep and take it on port or raid, I really don't know. You know, I'm not trying to put any predictions out in the world, but number 2 map port, and that would be amazing to see. That would be absolutely great. But I think their best chance is raid, so I fully expect us to go to a third map for Underestimated to be able to potentially do it. But if they don't win here, I really don't expect to see raid.
Yeah, that's why I say like reverse sweep is pretty much unthinkable for me. But they can prove me right when they still gotta do so. But I feel like this map is definitely one where Underestimate can win, and you can see that they're doing so. Also, I'm still trying to line him up, but he falls. And are you picking up at the beginning of this pistol round? You're getting yourself the beginning of the coalition side as well an advantage, and you're up 8.
Yeah. That's the thing, is they're up now. They take the pistol. More than likely, not guaranteed, but more than likely, they should be able to take this round. I say that as Merciless just goes ahead and buys all the AKs in the world to do that, which means, don't be wrong, they got plenty of kills, so they're able to do it, but they've only got a little bit of equipment to work with. They got some flashes, but they've got to be able to use those to their advantage. And, well, XD Gamer does get flashed really hard, but again, Merciless is just running in here. They've already gotten 2, might be able to get a 3rd on XD, but no, Scott goes down. We are seeing Ottawa and Arms super low. So, you know, could they get this? It's definitely within reachable, you know, areas where they can get it. And Arm does go down. There we go. And could we see Ottawa? There he is. Now it's down to a 2v2. Make that a 1v2. Ellis just has to get this timed right, and he doesn't. They look left, he looks right, and he goes down. They Underestimated up to 9. Well, Underestimated, they're doing it again. Now, this was technically a good chance, right? It was a good chance for them to take it, and you know, they tried, you know, forcing up on the AKs, but at this point, they're just going to have to go back down to pistols and be able to see what they can do with those. But this is just definitely a great moment here. XD Gamer picking up multiple kills, and Chelly picking up the last one. So we're up by 4. Underestimated, definitely feeling a lot better on the coalition side. And it seems to be working their way. Now, we do still see Loose coming up in here. He does have the hero rifle. Never mind, he's not up here. He's down there because he's in the grave. Now we're going to see everybody just get deleted. Tyler Triton getting 2. Or sorry, 1 and 2, and then Def picking up the last one. So now We're already on double digits. These guys are not wasting any time whatsoever.
Nope.
No, not at all. And so double digits, that's that magical point that we're now gotten to. And now there's only 3 more left for underestimated to get. But this is Merciless buying up.
Yeah, it's obviously MR12 the way this is called, and underestimated now winning their first 3 rounds on that defensive side. I mean, we expected Merciless to have some stress prepared, but their map, this is not really their map, right? It isn't really a map that they've played too much, so then stress will become a big problem. And you can see the hold from underestimated on this A side is so huge. They have a player instantly inside of that tunnel's position, instantly having flanks coming through when they're just coalition-sided. Absolutely amazing. Like, they instantly have a player dropping into middle, going down that little underpass position towards the A side. Usually what happened on the other half was that was the control from underestimated, so they're doing the same as they did before by now taking control as a coalition side over that little underpass position. I love what I'm seeing, because that's exactly what I felt like Merciless could have done to take it themselves. They would have needed to take those fights, and it would have been more their sided. But now underestimate doing exactly what you expect, Shell pushing up middle, and they take mid control, whereas Merciless have none of it. And they're allowed to get an opener and force Merciless to basically be on the breach spawn within the first 30 seconds of the round. They're still unsure where to go. Now they're going to move up the ramp, but they will also get sprayed down there as Def is there just mowing them. This is so well played. It's so well organized for underestimated. This is... I've not seen this ever before on Village, but I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, it can be breach-sided, but it also be coalition. It really just depends on what team has it, because they're able to do so much with that A site. And again, you can bombard it and just eliminate everyone. But if they don't do it right, then it gets bombarded by the coalition, and you can just get absolutely train wrecked. And so, well, you know, it didn't really go that way either. You know, getting stuck in their spawn is such a huge problem for this round. They're slowly making their way in. Ottawa might be able to grab this one here. He does. Tyler does go down, so they're going to be able to at least get into the site and plant, but I don't know, the health, yeah, still go either way.
I'm looking at it. Flank here for Def coming through. This has been happening before to Merciless, or this has worked for them in the past. Arm now known where he is. He fired off some shots, trying to regroup together, trying to play somewhat on each other's contact, and Arm tried to look for a 1v1, but Triton was there, up on the ramp on the coalition spawn area. He took him away, picks up the round right there, and then underestimate playing very great. And you said it right, it can be coalition side, it can be breach side. I feel like what underestimate is doing very well is the mid part. Some teams would say, some people would say as well, mid is very tough on Village, and then they're gonna avoid it. But what the side of underestimated does is mid is tough, but we're gonna take advantage of it, because it's tough for the breach side as well. It's tough for them to take it as well, and they haven't chosen to play it whatsoever when it comes towards the coalition side. They've left it, so they're probably gonna do the same on the breach side, and that's exactly what Merciless does. Now they're finally gonna leave a player there. They're gonna have Arm run up, but at the same time there's a player of Shell trying to take him away. Now he has taken control over middle. All eyes can be on long, all eyes can be on the A push, and they will try to shut them down, but for now there's still a chance to stop it. The spray from Def will finally come through, all down into a 2v2. The flank as well from Ottawa, able to catch him off, and now Triton coming in a little too late. No chance to recover this round, as Merciless is going to be the ones walking up to 6 more to go to be able to make it all the way into a possible final round. But it looks like underestimate is not going to be winning this one, or else Triton must go absolute nuclear. Up close, the swing coming through from Ottawa. Triton knows, Triton sees him, but Ottawa saving the day, at least for now. They will live another day, but not for too long, as there's still such a good economy in the hands from underestimated.
Yeah, they're not out just yet. They've still got some gas in the tank. They're buying up their weapons. And I mean, Ottawa did a good job. That almost went bad into a real bad situation. But again, they're still down by half the round, so they have to have 7 unanswered rounds in a row on the side that they have been doing not the best on. This is definitely going to be rough, but again, you know, when it comes to round balance, that, you know, as far as, you know, we're not necessarily going to be seeing any server differences as far as these teams go, but If for some reason someone decides to change that up, that might be a huge deal going into game number 3, if they want to. But as for now, you know, this would be a great finisher and really showcasing underestimated skills if they can close this out now. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're going to get flashed. But wait a minute. Tyla and XD actually getting 1 each. Chelly, XD. What are they doing? 1-1-1 for each. And then it's all up to Loose. And he is able to at least take down 1. But Tyla takes his face off.
I'm not too sure. Merciless, when they're running up on the site, what happens there, I think, is they weren't really able to clear all the angles properly. They weren't really focusing on the angles that much, like the player running up on a side for UE as well. Merciless, a little bit sharper when it comes to the side execute, and maybe they've been able to do it, but it doesn't mean Underestimated wasn't playing good, because they were playing stellar. They've won this one 13-6, and we expected them to have the opportunity to take it. But now that they do, they've 2 maps left to prove us right and prove everyone in the world right that they're here to stay and that they're possibly the top of NA, or they are the top of NA, because there's no other NA team left. This is the NA Brawl, and then you obviously got yourself a South American team still left on the other side. But NA, this is the team that is going to represent the USA, the Canada side as well. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be able to do, because this just shapes up the series into a nice one. This means Merciless, if they want to be the kings of NA, they got to go all the way. We got to have all 3 of the maps, say, Master. I don't think we could have had ourselves a better series, because this really is up to Merciless now to decide. What are we going to do? Are we going to get our full motivation in? Or is UE going to make the upset of the century by taking a team away that once again fails when it matters the most? Because they've done so before. I mean, I can name it again. Season 2, Season 3, winning in the Grand Finals, when they played stellar in both of those competitions, when they were the team going into that to be the more favorites. And now, when it comes to NA, when they have to play against teams that they've previously won against, and it matters, we're into the top 6 of the world, they're failing to comply. They're going to have a whole mountain to climb, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And well, Underestimated, being that they've done so well in their first game, gives a little bit of hope if you're an Underestimated fan. I mean, that's not an easy way to go out with that. I mean, that is, 13-6. That's not bad. And that at least gives where if we're going into more of a map pick on the side of Merciless, maybe they will be able to compete with that. They will be able to do what they need to do. And even if they're, playing catch up on some of that, I mean, that's a good bit of wiggle room. That's half the rounds. They technically would have to find a way to get closer or even still be able to take it. This could be a nice tilt for them to go for Merciless, to kind of give them they kind of got kind of a big loss on that. And so hopefully Merciless can just, shake it off and call that good and just be able to, get back into it. They're going into one of their favorite maps, Port, my number 1. So we'll have to see, what that's going to be for them. And, cross your fingers that they are going to be able to, pick it back up and not just get eliminated 2-0. Because, I mean, even though they haven't been able to do it in the past to make it count, for Merciless, hopefully it's goes to the 3rd map and it, gives them, more to be done.
Estimated surprising us all by picking up that first map, but we're going to have ourselves a short little bit of a break until we return, of course, for Merciless pick. One of their best maps, or the best map they have coming up. So be sure to stick around, of course. We'll be back in a flash.
Maybe not as much armor, but I think this will be a good surprise if they can roll up in here onto the site and then just blast out with rifles.
Well,
I say that.
At least 2 or even 3 rounds just off of individual skill, because in that round as well, you're not expected to get 2 frags there from Deadly Dave, and you're certainly not expected to get 2 kills there with your Malik, but they still do, just because of their individual pure skill. And now, this one should be an easy spray down. Oh, Deadly Dave for the ace! There you go, we see
it's been working out for Aris, and historically the A side has been easily taken over when Aris haven't tried to push it, but once again they do, and once again they succeed as Pesh takes every single one. He tries to go for the ace, misses on the final mark. Melik is down to low health. Give him
the money that they had saved up. It's not dwindled away. They probably could have done something this time, but ultimately they decided not to. So let's roll through this. Now you're seeing a little bit better besides Vape being the one to just wreck some heads. We are seeing a bit better for Evil Vision at this point. 2 versus 3.
There's Vape coming in big. Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if that was this team as well, or if it also considers like the organization as a whole, but we're all gonna have to find it out. At least in this Pro League, they're moving their debut. It's definitely played in scrims, but not on the official stream or whatever. Official games, Metal. Definitely feeling this one so far. Wants to go to the grand finals to get and to redeem himself, to put himself back on his name, and a 4K will do. An ace could go for absolutely Metal. wild when proximity dies. He can go a little bit aggressive, forces them to potentially look for a one-on-one trade. But actually, he's getting more than he could have ever wished for, right? He grabs a frag, doesn't get trade, and is still alive and up and running. So now the FP6 play might not need to even come in. It's looked in for a bait, and here they come. Are they gonna go further than the proximity player? Of course. Are they gonna get the frag? They won't. Now they're gonna try to trade him towards Intel, but he continues to start blowing up. And now they're not gonna expect Horus here. Horus, a free kill galore, as he's able to find himself a tag, but not a kill. Hit still alive, a 2-on-4.
Taken down. That might be the opener that Bliss needed to try and take it over towards the B side. But Ox is making his way up B long right now. Oh, and he's gonna catch him with his knife out. The timing is terrible for Spoken, and the bomb is down. Ox is calling that out to his teammates. I have the bomb dropped in B long, and now they can sort of back up a bit. He needs to be careful about the B side players though, because there's no one really watching this right now. Oh my goodness, Ox is gonna get the kill on Prince. He's posted up around the stairs. Endure is gonna spot out Trammel. He's gonna win the gunfight, but Ox is still locking us down. He's gone 3 so far. He's on track to getting an ace for us here. If he can take down Sticks here, he's gonna get the 4th. Endure's the last man standing. Can Ox get the ace? It's gonna be the swing from the side, and he gets the ace.
Okay, 3 kills. Are you kidding me? 4 kills. Is he gonna ace right now? Fair now left alone in the blink of an eye. His team is absolutely decimated. He's wondering how did they all just falter and just collapse at the hand of Novocaine. That was absolutely disgusting right there. Oh my goodness. And I think another round here for Mafia Valley. We've taken a Novocaine. The ace, the ace, the ace! Let's go, Novocaine. 5-0.
13-6, and that gives you the opportunity to go for a 13-12 loss next round. Every single round, and you get more, or allow less. I really want to say.
Looks like they're going through the boiler. And Chele he might be able to get a backstab on the match. Oh, they're ready for it. They're actually peeking the flank, but it's Flawless with a 2K Fallen Knight finding a headshot as well. Chele's still hanging out around mid. He's gonna get spun in the vents, and he's actually taking off now. Actually, no, he faked it out, but it doesn't matter. Flawless with the jumping headshot. Def manages to get the bomb plant, but he's in a 1v4. This is not looking very winnable. I mean, maybe he could try and go for some crazy hero play, wrap around to heaven, but it looks like he's just gonna hang out by B long, and this is definitely gonna be an unlock.
And now Zion is still, in here. He's low, but he's still here. And Vorshix 1, 2, and 3. Triple for Vorshix on round number 2 to clean it up for the round. Too well for him, but we'll have to see what they can do. Again, if they can get the jump on him, that'd be great. But currently right now, it is a full stack of pretty much everything for the side of Violet and GG. They have pretty much everything they possibly want. Def with a triple on him. 4, almost 5.
And I think he spotted one on the crosshair, going for a frag to try and soften him up. But it's going to do no damage. He's popping the M4 shots now, trying to get them as they cross. He manages to find one. And a lot of players have just been dropped on site, but Def, with the flank, has actually taken down Noxic from the cliff. And Triton with a nice headshot from the revolver. And he's forced these players into the back with that flash. And Def is going for the swing, and he's going to find both. How do you win that round? They're on an eco, and they just turn it around. What a fantastic round. Oh my goodness. Def being the MVP there. That flash was perfect. It's very nice for playing exits. This angle is nasty from Noxic. If he actually finds anyone through this angle, I'm going to be a happy person. I want him to get 1 kill, but it looks like everyone is running away now. Oh, he actually does get one. He gets a headshot as he tries to climb up the box, dude. Dude, take your notes, guys, if you're watching. That is actually a very interesting angle. I've never seen that before. Coalition spawn on this map is very nice for playing exits. This angle is nasty from Noxic. If he actually finds anyone through this angle, I'm gonna be a happy person. I want him to get one kill, but it looks like everyone is running away now. Oh, he actually does get one. He gets a headshot as he tries to climb up the box, dude. Dude, take your notes, guys, if you're watching. That is actually a very interesting angle. I've never seen that before. It's just rocking a deagle in hand, and look at Exclaim. He's so fast. He's already gonna backstab the Civil player immediately. They have no idea he's here, but he doesn't get the kill. How does Exclaim not find that? Trident with the flick is gonna get the headshot. And Donnelly on site, able to find a kill, and he gets a second on XD with the flick headshot. It's down to a 3-on-2. Donnelly gets a headshot on Bossy as well. Someone needs to stop this man. Trident is now the last one standing, but he jumps around the corner. What is Donnelly doing this round? He just...
Ooh, distraction. Okay, Bossy gets 1, 2. Explain gets another. Explain gets another. It's down to Bossy to make this happen in a reload. Doesn't know which side to go for. Left, right, and Explain.
No util to help them with this, and Donnelly has a smoke in hand right now. XE trying to find a kill with his fam through the box there, but he can't. And Donnelly is gonna chuck a smoke towards the Coalition spawn. XE popping the reload. Boss is gonna find a kill. It's down to a 2-on-2. These players are coming in. HP does favor UE here, but Violent GG also have the advantage of having the bomb planted. And Vortex playing by the side. XE's gonna spot one out. Vortex gets the first kill. Bossy going for the swing, and he's gonna get the headshot. Underestimated.
So now bomb is planted. Retake is coming in. Punching into the air.
Oh my
Followed from the
goodness.
sky. Fallen Knight able to get 2. Maybe 3. He sees him. He's going for the spray. Myland punches in. He gets taken down by Ottawa. Trying to get the spray in. Fallen Knight goes down, and it's all defaultless in a 1v2, and he gets 1 and 2. What?
It's the flick, dude. What a clean shot. Dude, I think they don't anticipate it. They're not holding it right now. Yeah, Scott's gonna get taken down. It's all up to Vape in the corner. Myland has spotted him out, and he's able to get the kill. Rain pulling off another round.
And, well, they've only got Masia really over there looking with Faultless. And so they might be able to. And then, see, there's that hero rifle running in. Now Faultless has got to keep it. That rifle out of the hands of him. And
Oh
he
my
does.
goodness.
Double kill just after 1. Making it 3.
Scott already here and in position. Eluse is going to get taken down as an opener. He's pushed up super aggressively, which again, it might be ill-timed. They're not even ready to go over on the ramp side, and it's falling apart for Merc. Only Ottawa and Vape are left, and they're pushing up over by generators. Do they expect Myline to be here? It's the pre-fire from Ottawa, but Nexera comes in with a 2K to trade it out. And Rain have just brought us to match point. And do they know at this point? We have 20 seconds on the clock. It comes down to the wire here. Masia is going to take down Scott. He's going to spot another player. Gets a second kill on Eluse. The smoke out on sight. But I think it's almost over. We're down to a 5-on-2. But Ottawa gets a 2K on sight. He's sticking the bomb plan. No, he actually gets off the plan. He's in a 1-on-3. Only 5 seconds. But it's Masia.
Hey, don't you think it's time to up your game? Get to the next level with G Fuel Energy. Item selection, zero sugar, antioxidants, vitamins, character creation. Wow, looking good. Gamer words, DLC, XP, side quest. Look out, sweats. Build mode, flag, noob, squad up. G Fuel Energy. We made this commercial for you gamers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are rolling in. We have got one game out of the way, and Underestimated did a glorious job with it. Jesse, I mean, I couldn't be more pleased with their performance as far as, they're having to take the first map. That's definitely a good way to do it.
It's really great. Underestimated doing what they had to do in this series. This was the map that was most looked at for them to win it, and now they gotta prove us on the maps that are lesser known to be their favorites. It was either Castello or Village that they were going to be able to pick. It was a very big counter pick against Merciless. Although maybe on a map like Estella, we've already seen them play before on it, whereas Village, they had even lesser experience on it. But you could really see by the basics, by the things that happened all over the board. I feel like the side of the side of Merciless wasn't ready for it whatsoever. They weren't really. I mean, I can discuss it in a little bit on the draw board about what I saw in particular, what the side of Underestimated did, and Merciless kind of left out a little bit. I feel like that kind of explains it very well, but yeah, they really weren't ready for the executes that Underestimate was putting. They were playing very fast, whereas when Merciless went for a fast play, they forgot to clear many angles. Or you can also say Underestimate was playing a good setup to deal with those situations very well, and that just got them to a point where they won the round as a CT. They regressed into the side very fast, making it very hard for Merciless to hold on.
They did, and ultimately that worked in Underestimate's favor. You know, they weren't with the fact that Merciless wasn't checking those angles. They weren't utilizing their utility as much as they probably should have in some of those areas where even if they're not checking them, you know, they could have flashed it or smoked it off. But unfortunately, it just seems like they just hadn't been able to get there. But of course, before we go to the drawing board and figure out exactly how things were done, G Fuel, one of our lovely sponsors, Jesse, I think they have a little bit of a special deal going on right now.
Yeah, they also have themselves a special deal, but they've also got themselves the lovely code of 20% that you can use, Esports Mobile, that you can get yourself all the prices that there will be, but there's also is a buy one, get one for free right now again for the Blacklight tubs available, limited time, that one as well, but buy one, get one for free, obviously a very nice little deal, the BOGO sale that is in fact live. So you can get that this weekend. It will end on the 27th of November. So visit the gfuel.ly/bogo/esport /esports mobile to get yourself your hands on 2 G Fuel tubs for the price of just one, and a regular code, of course, that is still there. I mean, I'm saying regular, but it's a special one. It's a special one for you guys, Esports Mobile lovers. And of course, you can use that code Esports Mobile, 20% off.
Absolutely. And once you get your tub, once you get your tiny tub, your shaker, whatever you want it to be, now, once you're able to get that, you're juiced up and ready to go. And let's go ahead and grab your T4 Cyclone Pro controller. This is from GameSir. They make some amazing products. I personally own a GameSir controller, and honestly, it's great. This one's a bit of an upgrade. You do have itself, first off, it's USB-C. So that's definitely something that's well worth the upgrade. It also works with USB-C wired. It has a USB wireless. It does do Bluetooth. It does have low latency on that wireless with that dongle, with that USB. Works your PC, Switch, iOS, Android. Anything basically you can plug it into, connect it with the Bluetooth, just about anything and everything, it works. One of the fanciest things that this controller has is the Hall Effect joysticks, but also the Hall Effect triggers. Something a bit new. And these things are fantastic. It's going to last you a bit longer. It's not going to have stick drift, and it's good for up to 5 million cycles on the sticks. It has a 0.1% accuracy as far as the triggers go. So you're going to be able to get real nice sensitive pulls. And again, it also comes with some extra fun features, especially for mobile games. It does have gyro built into it. But overall, it does great. Plus, it has some macro buttons on the back that you guys can program for that. And if you use the GameSir app itself, you can customize even more of the features that come with this controller. Of course, that M button in the middle for easy, convenient controls, again, that you can also, map for everything that you want to do. So go ahead and check it out. We will be able to have one of these for one lucky person. But again, if you guys want to check it out, that is the T4 Cyclone Pro from GameSir.
Definitely nice to have that giveaway in play. Of course, one of you guys, lucky winners, allowed to win one. But into the in-game stuff as well, where we're going to have ourselves a lovely new operation. You already saw some of the cases, right, that you can win inside the viewer rewards in the beginning of the stream. But here with Operation Forces of Nature, some lovely new skins, a lovely new knife, which I think we also saw inside of the game, at least one player to use. So it's really a nice one to see, and you see the whole lightning theme, the glove and knife really matching up with the purple theme. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great look, great colors. And again, what if you want some more crazy colors? You have The ready to bend your mind lucky spin. And when you want to talk about colors, this is where it's going to be. A little bit of psychedelic, a little bit of, extraterrestrial type of experience that you want to do. Got some lovely pinks and blues and some greens just trickle throughout with a little bit of yellow. This is going to be your lucky spin here. You guys can get the gloves, chopper, got some weapon skins, some utility skins, and some fancy, but not too fancy. Because again, you got some extra ones later on, but you got some of those cards for you to use for your profile picture as well. So go ahead and check those out as well. But with all that being said, as far as the in-game stuff go, I think this time around we got one more thing to let you guys know about, and that is something extra special. This is the exclusive supporter skin that is available in game. This goes to support the esports. It's to support Worlds, and you can be a part of that, and you get this amazing legendary skin for your knife. You also get War Paint case. You also get a Force of Nature case and 1,000 credits along with this. Again, that'll be in the store if you want to help support and keep things going, make things better and better and better. Go ahead and grab yourself this pack here and get yourself the one and only for this season World Supporter Legendary Knife Skin.
A little signature of the World Championship in there, so you've been there. You're like a little Easter egg on there. You were there all the time, and of course that's going to be very great, of course, to support the esports scene and just everybody in general here. It's making this all possible for the criticalops esports. Definitely a nice one to check out. But of course, now moving into those replays. I mean, the name of the game for Underestimate was playing incredibly fast, and this was still the round that they went towards the B side with the Merciless playing the retake. But from that point onwards, I don't know how it works, but if we can go to the draw board, I can explain to you what had happened like almost every time. Because from that point onward, it was A. That was the name of the game, and A only.
Yeah, A was a huge place for everybody this time around. And, well, very well so. Again, if you are on the breach side and you are doing it right, you can make the A site your best friend. If you have the skills to hop into the site, you have the skills to flash it, to throw things where you need it to be, you absolutely can make it happen. Again, we did see a sprinkle of B in there, and it did work out quite nicely. Usually when it happened, but overall, I think it was very well executed across the board.
Yeah, here Merciless trying to push their way through into a little underpass position. Weren't able to. Merciless still had some rounds on their own where they were pretty good. Isaac in Cell, probably one of the ones that I'm going to be light in for it as well, which went on to go quite nice. And then the switch coming through. You would expect, oh, Merciless, they're allowed to do the same. They have their execute written. They're well performing when it comes to playing together as a one-pack machine. But their fast pushes didn't have the same impact as Underestimates one did have, because they weren't really allowed to trade when it came towards the A side. They ran up, they did the same as Underestimate did, and we'll discuss about this with the board in just a bit, about what really happened. But Underestimate, they were allowed to reposition into the sides very fast. We'll see that probably in a little bit. And here XD Gamer taking control over the side, taking control over middle, because mid was really the name of the game. And I did in fact make that little board. I hope it's gonna load right now about it. Ooh, let's hope it's gonna be doing so, because now it's still black. No, it didn't show, unfortunately. Let's hope it's gonna be solved, but otherwise what happened very often was here Shell taking control over that underpass position again. He was the one taking control, and aside from Merciless, what they did themselves was leaving 4 players to go towards the A side from long, and 1 always coming in from middle. They didn't have any mid control when it comes down towards that coalition side, and aside from Underestimate themselves, they always had control over it. You see Triton, although he's the only one left, he goes towards that underpass position. They took control over middle, whereas the other side kind of didn't. And I did already draw something, so I hope... Wait, does this work? Oh, now it does. Wait, we're gonna clear for a second. So, what happened very often, guys, I can show you guys real quickly. So, what happened was, there's a player right there, Wait, I hope... Yeah, this is gonna show. 4 players coming in from this long side, and 1 holding on towards this. This was the execute that Underestimate was usually going for, with then flashes all over the board. So flashes going over, and then a flank. So this guy always went on to kill the players that were trying to hide on the backside right there, from the side of Merciless. And then when we're switching towards the opposite side, Merciless tried the same. But what we saw multiple times happen was the team of, that I'm going towards the Coalition side. So this is when it comes to Merciless being on the breach side. Usually holding off middle with a player right here, and even a player that was trying to hold on towards this side. Allowed for a player to have more wiggle room right here to hold off this path and make the flanks less vital. Then when the teams of Merciless was allowed to push their way onto the site. Oh, then I'm doing Coalition. So let's say these are the guys that were actually attacking. Also, it allowed rotations, because they had this side to be clear, allowed rotations to come in towards this side, and allowed rotations for these players to watch towards this side of the map, and it allowed for the site in general to be executed a lot less powerful, because the players from Underestimated had so much control when it comes to that site, whereas Merciless had a flank coming through which catch them off guard. Whereas right now, the ones in the driving seat were actually Underestimated, even though they were the ones protecting. So there's a lot of drawing on the map. Name of the game, Underestimated had control, even if they were on the Coalition side. Whereas Merciless played more freely. They thought they had the idea of having all control, even though they had kind of none. And that was really unfortunate, because I felt like they were the ones that were supposed, on paper, they're the ones that are the NA top, right? They're the ones usually in control over every single situation. But on this map in particular, they were not, because Underestimated was.
Yeah, and, you know, just Underestimated did things a little bit better. You know, they were just able to do those small things just a bit better. And, well, you know, as we go into port, you know, this is technically Merciless's best map. Now, will that continue to be a trend? You know, we'll have to wait and see if their plans are ultimately going to be able to do a little bit better as we roll through it. But at the end of the day, Underestimated seems to be picking up quite nicely. And obviously they picked Village for a reason, so they had something ready to go for that. But I fully expect to see a closer game this time on port, just because being able to see Merciless, you know, playing in their own happy place, their favorite place to be. We should be seeing that a lot better. But at the same time, it seems Underestimated definitely has a bit better on the Coalition side. So once they get into that position, you know, might be a little bit more difficult for Merciless to be able to take. So if it happens again to where Underestimated is on the breach first, you know, if they can get 4 or 5 rounds, you know, that'd be great. And then once they switch over, I think they'll be in a better position. But again, obviously, the more they want and the more they can take ahead of time will definitely be better. But hopefully Merciless can just shake this off and it doesn't, you know, tilt them into a bad mood that they lost 13-6, because it does look kind of bad. But at the same time, if it's a map they don't really play, they don't need to be too hard on themselves.
No, they should not. And I mean, this only allows them to have more opportunity to play it, or disallow it in the future. You got a best of 5 coming. You got a best of 7 coming if you win this. I mean, you got to be prepared on all of these maps, but maybe switch up your insta ban. Maybe go for a village ban, because you are pretty solid on Castello. So going for that map as a ban seems a little bit unrealistic to me. But in the best of 7, when you're going all the way, you're going to have to play every single map that comes your way. So maybe put some more time and effort into preparing for a village, because this is the World Championship. This is where it all comes down to. There's no more excuses. The time of excuses is all over. You got to show it now. You got to show it here on these 2 next maps, because you aren't going to have to make a reverse sweep come to fruition. After that, win a best of 5. After that, go towards that best of 7. But there's still a lot of great teams waiting for you. And right now, you're up 1-0 down. I mean, we're going to have ourselves the knife. So let's move into it. We'll talk about it a whole lot more, but here comes the knife round. The deciding it all. We see it already roll by quite a bit. I don't know if we have in fact already seen it roll by, or if we were just a little bit on the later side, but we will be back pretty soon. I saw some kills, and I thought I saw the breach side getting the latest in the kills. They will be live reset, so because we didn't see it, the knife round will get reset. We're gonna have ourselves a full knife round here. Hey, Master, let's take a look at it.
Yep, they gotta, make sure they get practice in, right? Give them a chance to get where they want to done. And, well, they're gonna be trying this again, seeing what's possible, and seeing what they can do. Again, being able to get this hack and slash over with will help them out. It looks like they're just gonna go ahead and go for it. Oh no, this looks like a full clean sweep. Oh no. Well, that is Merciless once again, having the sharpest tool in the shed, where they're able to get the knives all the way taken out and just being able to pick what side they want to do.
And they're going to be allowed to do so now. I mean, they did it twice, and gotta say, previous map, maybe a little bit of a flatter to then lose it when you had that opportunity. I mean, this was exactly what Underestimated, we said before, didn't want. They had to come out of that one. They had to get out of the book straight off the bat in a good way. And now that they're not doing it for the second time in a row, leaves me with some questions. But on the other hand, they've shown us that they're capable of doing, even though they're not starting on their favorite side or the side they want to. They hope Merciless is going to choose a side that they're going to be good on as well. And when it comes to port, I feel like it's quite 50-50 when it comes to where you're playing. So in that regard, the knife round shouldn't be mattering too much. It once again comes down to how you're playing it, what control you're taking. And again, you can go for re-aggressions in certain situations. You can play for a very big mid-heavy play when it comes to both the breach and the coalition side, or you can sit back and relax, approach it a different way. We're going to have it lined up though. We're going to get ourselves into it. Best of 3. Village already played. Board starting off in just a moment. This is a best of 3. This is where it all comes down to. This is the chance for Merciless to reset and get themselves back in. Will they be allowed?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. They're going to be getting this on. Looks like the round is coming in. They've now reset, and now they're ready to go for that first round, the first pistol of game number 2.
Look it out. Here we are. Pistol round up and play. No shenanigans with servers, both teams from NA. So this really is the battle of the Titans, and for now it really has been a great one to watch as well. Underestimated can be the ones UE, can be the ones upsetting everybody, upsetting themselves, and constantly trying to improve, constantly beating higher names, and now they can be the team to beat in NA, going towards those best of 5s. Merciless is able to take the A side, this time Underestimated playing it retake. And again, you can stay one there. I mean, this right side is, I would say, more arguable to play as a retake, because it is pretty easy to go for a retake. Many angles that you can go for, but you gotta clear them pretty fast, and the time is already ticking up close. Shell looking for the first kill, trying to take down Scots around the corner. This is going to be an important fight they have to win. Otsawa lines up the first. There's a dink, there's a kill. And the players from UE are on the side. It's all left to Ottawa now. Tries to reload, tries to hold on, but the retake's been completed. And as you see, the reason why they're playing A-side retake, because it is a possibility. There's so many sides to come from. You've got yourself Container, you got Coalition Spawn, you also got yourself the little boost. And it came from all directions and took them all away. Well done there for UE. They're the ones leading on the port map.
Yeah, and that is definitely a textbook retake, you know, and them able to survive. Now, granted, the pistols make things, you know, harder or easier, depends who you ask, but that's definitely how, you know, it should be going. And now that everything's bought up, now they got to worry about, look at that, Shelly hanging out in the back and has that scar. That's going to be a huge angle to hold down mid, and looks like they might be able to have that interaction here coming soon. Yep, there it is, Ottawa going down. And so now already with 2 down, this pistol, the second pistol round for Merciless does not look like it's going too well. They might be able to get a deagle here, which it does. Scott is actually able to get one and recovers a weapon. Now, can he do a 1v4? Clutch it up, get the ace? No, Tyler's going to be the one to do that and finalize Scott out of here. And so that's 2 for Underestimated, but now as we normally like to do, this is going to be rocking into that first rifle round. So let's see if Merciless can use those to their advantage and at least get into one of these sites and get the plank going.
That's what happened on that previous map as well, right? Underestimated starting off great. Merciless, when it came to the full buys, they were allowed to comprehend. They were allowed to find themselves into a better position. But now, I mean, they're also thinking about them being potentially like heartbroken about that loss they've previously encountered. And we're gonna have to figure out if Merciless can still recover from this. They're a team capable to some extent. Are they allowed to recover? Because they have been looking very good when it comes to playing on their own servers on NA, on home soil. And now when it comes to this particular matchup, starting to fall behind a little. They haven't been dealing with this too much. They've always been the kings. And now they're the ones potentially getting unthroned. How are they going to deal with it? They're still going to keep their cool. Keep cool, calm, collected. But they need a lot of matches. They need a lot of rounds. They have to start it right now. Eluse up close. Starts to walk up. Def is close. Starts to look for the opener. Eluse finds one. Shell will line up two. They're coming out from B-long as well as a player in container. It's allowed to deal and at least keep them at bay for now at the A site. Shelly's still here. Shelly has arrived and he's with the Scar, finding himself a triple. Isaac on the site, lining up two. It's Merciless. They get their first rounds on the board as Isaac is still there. And I said it before, a definite difference maker when it comes to this matchup yet here for Merciless. And they're the ones claiming at least one.
Yeah. And I mean, just making it happen when it counts the most, you know, is hard to do. But as far as what you guys think here watching with us, obviously 72% of you guys, as we talked about early on, that's, you know, be the fan favorite for Merciless. If, you know, they definitely have the accolades. They have some history to be able to do it. But it's not looking too bad. It's definitely some of the highest ratings I've seen for underestimated. Because every time underestimated is in here, you know, it's 14, it's 15, it's 16%. So they've definitely gained a bit more fans as they've continued to surprise everybody, up to 28%, but not the highest, but they still have a chance today to show us exactly why that ranking keeps going up.
People starting to believe that there's actually something to it, and if they are the ones taking this best of three, I mean, who knows what more there is, right? Then you're gonna have to play on opponent servers. They've already beaten a Violent GG before in a 2-1. I mean, I can't believe how far they've come, and now they're obviously gonna have to prove it right here, right now on the favorite map of Merciless, which the pistol and the follow-up got found. From that point onwards, been Merciless every step of the way. Still good kill for Triton. You absolute monster. What a dirty shot is that? And he's looking for more. He's gonna try and line him up. Gets himself another tag. But Tsilo's also been seen. He's down to his final few bullets. Only 14 left. Getting taken down by Otsawa. And that'll be a 2-2. It's all tied. Merciless looking to make it go in their favor once again. Looking like they're allowed to.
Yep. I mean, that was a good round, though. I mean, three players on Merciless' side getting taken down by pistols. That's a good. I mean, even though, yeah, sure they lost the round, but I mean that's really solid. I mean, look at that. Eluse, Isaac, they're on $0. Arm has only got $100. Now, so that definitely did exactly what it needed to do, and putting them even further down. Now Triton gets another one. He takes on Eluse, so that's not going to be a whole lot of extra anything for him. He's getting, you know, going down. He has no extra, so he's just going to be up to starting it around with whatever cash he has. So if Underestimated can make this happen, that they should be able to put themselves into to catapult themselves ahead just a little bit further into some more higher numbers on their scoreboard, because again, that'll help them out a lot if they can take this. Now again, don't get me wrong, someone could easily pop off, like Scott for instance. You know, he likes to do those from behind attacks, but at this point, Horde is one of those maps. It makes things a bit harder to do that.
Far rotations usually, otherwise you're going to be having mid control. And that's something where the coalition side is usually having full control over. Scott's allowed to do so. Low HP arm. Up close, trying to walk through container. Runs away, trying to goes towards the A long, but players isolate a little bit. Scott has to go up huge by peeking on his own. Now they know where he is. That's the bomb also being dropped, so they have control over it. And they should have the rounds right there, and then they will. It's 3-2, it's a start. And it could also be a beginning of a finish here as Underestimated. trying to take away Merciless here. At the same time, Merciless will still have a buy. I do think that they can drop over some weapons, so be too much of a trouble, but looking at the way they're investing now, I think they're just going for Deagle, so giving away another round basically freely to the side from Underestimated just to have some extra cash. Also, when Scott can drop, right? I'm a little bit confused.
I mean, they could, and I mean that could be something they could do, but I feel like at this point Merciless is wanting to play it a bit safer, because even though they could force a little bit, but what is Scott? Scott is just taking faces off apparently, which now he gets taken down, but so that's gonna pretty much be the end of that era. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like they didn't feel like it was worth it to go all the way through, put that cash and, you know, not exactly everything they could possibly want into a chance. And so just let this go. Everybody will have extra cash next round. They should be able to execute a lot harder than maybe this round could have been.
I hope for them, because otherwise, I mean, not that there's anything bad about it whatsoever. It would be great, but it's just going to be bad for Merciless themselves. I mean, oh, they're going to be allowed to get a bomb plant, so that really is great, but Underestimated going for 4. And from that point onward, Merciless now will probably have buys coming up for like every round of the remainder of the half, because 10,000 on some of them as well. They're really going to have money for days, but still going to have to deal with an Underestimated, which also have the capability of buying for whatever they have. They've also got an SGs on some of them, Ox on most of them. I mean, they could just continue and win more and more on the coalition sides, and we're gonna have ourselves a very hard time for Merciless to substand. They slowly but surely losing their control. They really gotta be picking up some rounds soon.
Ooh, that's not good. So just the tip of the barrel, although they do get a trade. That's okay. So Jelly and Arm get one each. Def flying through. Again, trades coming in. So this is at least a solid round. But unfortunately, the trades have come in a one-player deficit for the side of Merciless. So unfortunately, they're going to be working in a 2v3. Current position, Scott, not the best on the health. Could be better. No, now, as I say that, he gets dinged even worse. And now XD does what he does best and just takes out for a 2-piece. Playing the round up. So yeah, that is now 3 in a row on the board for them. Up to 5.
Yeah, drop over weapons now. There's no time to go for any ecos now anymore. You really gotta buy everything now. Just 5-2 down. And I mean, we can say maybe this map, maybe coalition side is easier because you're just having to hold or something, but to be honest, I don't really know if that's the case on this map. If you're gonna have yourself the strategies like Underestimated did, they were very fast when it comes to Village. Now allowed to take a lot of rounds, it could be great, it could be looking impressive for them. They're going aggressive as coalition side, and luckily Merciless able to hold on for now. XD Gamer adding another one to the tally. Up close, starts walking up. Bomb going towards the B side though, so Merciless at least gonna have that control, but they desperately need themselves more rounds here up on the board. They really do. Def trying to look for this kill. He has to find it, gets it. Oh no. All led to a lose. He's in a 1v2 trying to take the heads on fights. Needs to try and isolate them. Now knows where one of them is. Jumps back to take some control. Knows they're both in middle. But they will clear. They'll try and peek together. Kill gets found and loose. Has isolated one. He's done the first part, but needs to do the second one as well. Second chapter of the book. As a loose will get chased. He's going to be finding himself falling. Oh no. Death for just 2 HP. One winning the round.
Bomb has been defused.
Unbelievable. He had only 2 HP from the beginning till the end of that retake, but he takes them both and wins the round.
Well, it seems like Def, you know, health doesn't matter, right? You know, as long as you get the shots in, that's all that matters. And honestly, what really kind of sucked on that one is, you know, Luce just wasn't able to see both players. Like two different peaks. Only saw one of each. And so, unfortunately, you know, thought maybe there was a backstab, maybe they could come around the boxes, you know, just at the same time. Didn't know that they were side by side, and just I think that's what really threw them off, was not expecting them to be so close together, literally side by side, but just not being able to see either one.
Yeah, I said like they're hearing them, but I don't think from that range you could hear them both, right? You could only hear one, and then when you chipped away one, you still a little bit curious. And I feel like that's a pretty good way to put it here, Master. That he was just too paranoid. He got taken away with him.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, it's just really what, you know, it happens sometimes, and you know, it's just that little bit of information that, you know, if you can listen and you can, you know, calculate it, you can hear it, then, you know, maybe you can use that to your advantage. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is, and now we're on to the next round. Underestimated up to 6. Merciless on 2. And Triton might be able to get himself a nice little freebie or 2 freebies. No, he's just gonna get blinded, but ooh, almost a big win for Tyler here. And this might be the round for Merciless. They've now blown into the A site.
Bomb has been planted.
Got the bomb planted. Now rocking into a 4v3 on a retake here for Underestimated with the 3. I mean, Chelly's not too bad. A little bit of damage, but so is, you know, Death and his health. And well, XD Gamer still in this, you know, kind of our MVP for the team. So maybe something can still happen if they time this just right. They can take him down, and that's gonna be 1, 2. Not the 3rd, but that is actually a 3rd for Scott. And actually taking all 3 players out.
Yeah, retake once again played for the A side. This time Merciless able to hold on. Loose there playing a little bit isolated alone. Was a little scared about it for just a moment. But eventually, ultimately speaking, Merciless are the ones coming out pretty much victorious out that round. Very, very well done. Underestimated, they will lose their money. I was about to say, like, don't underestimate the underestimated in that retake, but in the end, Merciless are the ones coming out victorious and finally put another round on the board. Pistols now to play against. So this round should be a pretty good one as well for Merciless. From that point onward, last 2 rounds will be intense. Maybe an 8-4. Maybe something more into the favor of Merciless. Definitely one that we're going to need them to find. At least a few of them will lose good starts. Was Triton taken away. He only had an XD. So too much to worry about ultimately. But a 5v4 will still stand. They're going towards B.
Yep, and it looks like that is where they want to go. And well, Chelly's there. Not a whole lot to, you know, work with. I mean, still has a pistol. Okay, that's gonna be huge for Def, being able to get that tap on Scott, which so far Scott has been one of the most impactful players that might be able to help them out if he can secure this rifle.
Has been planted.
That'll definitely help them out just a little bit more. So that's gonna be 2 rifles versus 4. And XD Gamer actually gonna get the spray on arm, so we're equalized. Now Tyler does not have a weapon yet. But that does not mean he can't be useful. That doesn't mean things can't go their way. And here we go. Def actually able to get 1. This is actually looking into, again, a bit better position. Isaac for another one, but that's XD for almost 2. And now rifle v rifle, and they do get the jump. No. How did Underestimate just make that happen?
They had 1 M4. Pistols and 1 shotgun. No armor backing them up. They started off with bare minimum. Yet they're coming out not only victorious, dealing with the economy for Merciless a little bit as well. They will fall short to get everybody on all piece of Utah, and for sure will short on having a buy when they lose another. This has blown open the game, blown open the gates. At least a half win for Underestimated, and 2 rounds where they will have full buys coming through. Maybe even an 8 or a 9 that is possible. And if it would be 9, hey mister, if only. You're only 4 rounds away from doing what many would have thought was impossible. I mean, 28% expected it. But on the other side, like, I feel like no one saw this coming. Even at 28% were like, yeah, surely. But
yeah,
maybe.
This one, yeah, this round, this game, this map is not the one you expect. For this to happen. This could be big here. Aloo's actually able to get 1. Chelly is just waiting, using his ears. Oh, might be able to come in for this backstab here. Yeah, they're not gonna expect him to be coming up here because they just walked it. Ottawa, it was not, hasn't said anything, and now he's gonna get at least 1 and 2, maybe a 3rd. Gotta reload, and it's all up to Isaac. He's just 1 man. Then here comes everybody else. They're rolling. They're gonna pinch him right here. Right now, they're going to push for him, and they double peek at Tyler. Actually, it would be the one to secure it. Like I said, this could be 9-3. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I know, sure, you know, you could, you know, some people are fans of one side versus the other. But this is a bit tilted for most cases.
Shelly, bro. What a position. He walked through that smoke, and of course, we have a spectator bug in the game where we're inside the smoke, and then you don't see the smoke. But Shelly there waited, and then at the same time, he didn't push right at the beginning. No, he waited for others to get contact. For example, Otsuwa to look the opposite way, and then started pushing in. Then started running. He chose his timing right, and the underestimated is playing like they're the world champs right now. This is close to perfection, the way they're approaching this. And yeah, you don't expect this on port. You don't expect it on their favorite map for Merciless, but clearly, that previous map has got themselves a tone on them that they don't really like. Let's keep their tone in play, and they have to go for this round. Otherwise, it will be very rough. A 9-3 half is definitely not one where you're going to be easily allowed to come back from. A loose getting taken away. Ooh. Look at the hold. Look at the spray. Underestimated. Up to 9. And they are just 4 rounds away from doing the unthinkable.
Yeah, they are 4 rounds. Only 4 rounds. If they take the pistol in the round afterwards, which should be the easier routes, you know, that's only 2 after that. And then they can take it in 2-0. I mean, the fact that Underestimate is in a good position to potentially 2-0 North America's #1 team after coming out of nowhere into the qualifiers is a bit nasty.
Yeah, it very much is, and I mean, it just explains, right? This was the chance to prove them as the #1 NA team. And everyone always says EU above NA. I mean, Merciless is a team that has been able to do it in World Championship 2022, getting themselves all the way to the final. And now they're getting beaten with a newly formed team with Isaac and Alus, 2 very talented players joining that lineup. So they've improved their lineup. And if they get taken down now, what does that mean for the future here? What does that mean for NA when it comes towards those final matches? They're going to have to reface Rain, but they're coming in fully new, energized. They're the ones that are the victors of NA. And now they just got to beat that EU team, but they got to be winning 4 more rounds. And although we've started to build up towards a point where Underestimate is, or I'm starting to build up a point to them actually winning it, it's still not done. It's far from done. If Merciless can win this pistol round, and if they can just hold towards the sides, they are the positions, they're in a position now, Coalition side, that you're gonna hold the angles, and they ought to be completing the retake. But Triton can just shut it down. No. Triton with the MR, not gonna make it happen. The retake comes through, and Merciless is still alive, and this is the Coalition side. It's just holding, basic holding, which could be possible. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely possible. They could bring this back. I mean, Underestimated just did phenomenal, right? Well, who's to say Merciless can't do the exact same thing? Although, there's only one problem with that, is if they can do close to the same thing. Well, if you take the score that it is now, if Underestimate's able to do the exact same thing, they still get the dub. You know, if they're only able to get 4 rounds, just like Merciless did, or 3 rounds, well, that's called a dub. That's match point for 3. And so, you know, they have to basically do exponentially terrible on the breach side for Merciless to be able to take back all the rounds plus more to take the win. And I mean, anything is better, which looks like no one's going to be cleaned up this round, which is great for Merciless. But at the same time, you know, we've just got a little bit more left to go to figure that part out. We're getting into the first rifles. You know, this is going to be Underestimated's chance to bust into one of these bomb sites, take it, get it planted, and run it like they've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, one key factor to it, you said before, one key point, Underestimate should be good by doing the exact same as Merciless is, but will Merciless be allowing that? They're still very good on their aim, they know how to play when it comes to this Coalition side, and some teams are sometimes opting to go for 2 careless plays because they feel like, okay, we got some rounds to spare. Now that Merciless don't have that, all rounds are going to be very important. They're going to try and go for every round with their fullest of potential. They're not going to meme around anymore. There's full eyes on there, and this first full buy round explains as to how incredibly prepared they will be You know how incredibly focused they are, because they are letting not a single gap be there in the attack, or in the defense rather, of themselves in the attack, of underestimate to try and catch them off. No, they're completely holding their arm, is watching the little boost, takes him away. They have a singular player watching the boost. When now a player starts pushing in the name of Scott, they're trying to get everything. Actually, Gamer's still allowed to find a trade, but they know where he is. They have him taken down to low health. It should be a cleanup.
Yeah, it absolutely should be, and this will put them a whole lot closer as far as where they want to be. But XD, you know, they think he can make something happen. Tyler, not pushing in just yet. Trying to see anything. They're both just right there on that angle where they're just not able to see each other. And this, oh, this is going to be big here. To see the barrel come through, and there it is. Scott able to take him down. And XD Gamer super low. He might be able to get one, but I don't think he's going to expect Ottawa off to the side, and he does not. But hey, that's still at least 2 going down, so that is still a hit. But what's a hit when everybody has, you know, $6,000-$7,000 in their pocket? So they've got to hit him a little bit harder for that. And now going into a bit of an eco, you know, this is looking a lot better for Merciless. They are looking a lot stronger. Maybe just, you know, the bomb's just not their thing.
Yeah, really allowed to do so. Hopefully, they're allowed to do it now for themselves, for their economy. But at the same time, Merciless is cleaning house. Up on the side they go. Armor still here. It's the only one though. Flank coming through from Ottawa. And Arm still holding, so they've done great. Triton is all that's left. Has a beat the 50 to utilize. But he won't be able to find it. It's 7 on the board for the side of Merciless. They're estimated. Losing ground. Now they will have a full buy. Now they will have a chance to prove. But Merciless, they're definitely back. They're not back fully. Allowed to do so. If they're only able to find 2 more, it's all tied again. And underestimated, have not found a singular round yet, so not too much to build up. Not too much to make us believe that they're capable of getting easy rounds up on the tally, at least on this attacking side. But speaking of, first 2 kills, that's instantly chasing the whole topic around, because they're now the ones in the driving seat of this round. Arm still watching the boost. He's known by Def now out. They might be able to reposition towards B. Container push comes in. This could be a great kill. It's also what to find it. They full mid control though. And now they choose to go to B. This is the smart decision, but they need to win this fight. They get Isaac off guard. Rotations are called for Merciless, but I think they're arriving too late to do anything about this. Underestimated will have a 3 versus 2 post-plan situation now in play. Make that a 2-on-2 as Armor still trying to retrieve whatever it is. Whatever is the B side for now. But will go down. Ottawa not allowed to deal with him. Still tries to spray through the box. Not able to get it. A peek from Tylee will come through. This will be a boxer's fight. Gonna try and wrap around. Up close is Def as well. He could swing. Has to catch them off both. Looking the wrong way. He's not gonna line them up. Oh, he misses. Def loses that fight. Now they know where Tylee is. He shot preemptively. He's now gonna have to try and deal with them sticking the bomb. Tylee running around. Needs to pick him up. Needs to kill the diffuser. Taking out Arm. The time is running out. Does Ottawa have time? It's gonna come to the wire. But I think he has it just about. The round gets 1. Merciless completes the retake. Even though underestimated played it so well, Merciless allowed to do it.
Man, that fumble was where it was. If he had gotten both lined up and stuck at least one, I feel like that could have been a bit better of a situation. But, you know, things happen. But now they're going to be buying up yet again. So hopefully this time it'll go a little bit smoother. You know, I feel like I said, they did almost everything right. But just that almost portion really fumbled it up. But Triton able to at least get 1, opens us up, so puts us in a bit of a better position there for underestimated to get it. Merciless, you know, they still gotta make sure they're safe. But again, I feel like they can get at least 1 more yet again, like they did last round. Maybe take what they've learned. You know, A would definitely be maybe a good place to take it if they can open it up. But again, that's kind of all depending, because technically B is, you know, open for business -1. But they just got to see what they can provide. And it looks like they are going to go the full B long route and see what they can take here. And Ottawa is really nowhere close to help out. So there's going to be at least a trade out. Ottawa's going to move a little bit over. Might be able to do something here. Oh, but they don't even see XD Gamer. Okay, so he just deletes out. They spray through the smoke. Def gets one. It's off to Ottawa in the back. They know where he is. They just have to spray him down. And this could be Trident all day. Okay, so looking better. You know, as much as we thought this would be a closer game, it didn't look that way at the front end. But now we're at double digits for underestimate. They finally broke the curse. They've now broken into it. And Scott, look at that. He's on a deagle. So, you know, it's better for underestimated to keep going.
And there's one other crucial thing about it as well. The loss bonus for Merciless. It was 1,000. Now it's 2,000. Losing this round and they're back to eco. Hey, Master, this could be the beginning of the end. If only underestimate can win against 4 Augs and 1 deagle. This could be the nail in the coffin right here, right now. It really all comes down to Isaac fighting. Because a player is far back ahead. Isaac allowed to get one. Still standing. Loose helping him. They're shutting it down. This was exactly what they were looking for. Great for Loose, the peak of the contact. Help Isaac mow them down. And they've been successful. Okay, forget about everything. It's a flawless round. And Merciless is back on there. And they've gotten themselves some more economy to work with.
Yeah, that, again, when they do things, they do it quick. They really execute very well together. But that was definitely a weird round. But that's exactly the way Def probably should have done it. You know, and you know, it's definitely something, you know, to show. You know, you grab one, you bounce back. You grab one, you bounce back. And so that worked out smashingly for him. But let's re-rack it. Let's do it again. Def is low. Trident is a little bit himself. Def actually getting a little bit more damage dealt to him. So he might be able to gain some information. You know, still might be able to get a kill here. But again, they're going to have to find an opener here. And Loose is in a real good spot right now.
So again, same position kind of accounts here for Merciless. Sure, losing one round would give them 1,000 again to work with. Underestimate have a little bit more added up on the tally in terms of their loss bonus, so they won't have to worry just yet. So Merciless really the ones that could be taken away quite soon. At the same time, when they're the ones winning, they're only 4 rounds away from winning it all. So it really comes down to Underestimate is able to show us, can they do something about it here on the breach side? Look at the position they've taken over A-Long. Gonna try and move all the way around, have a player flanking through container, and a player going into the boost. Up close, and a swing. The kill could be found, otherwise getting traded, but also there is gonna be Arm. Shelly trying to walk through the container, having to clear the corner of close. 1-for-1 trade again. Ooh. Arm arriving, shutting them down. It's all left to Shelly. And he's gonna need to find 3 kills with the bomb being far away. This could be double digits. It should be double digits. Merciless. They're back in a driving seat, possibly back in the lead, as they're allowed to tie up the game.
Yep, tied up indeed. Both on 10-10. Double digits. They're Merciless has really come back. They're really liking themselves in that coalition position. I mean, they're doing good. I mean, they really looked real rocky at the start, but now that they've kind of gotten in the groove of things, they've got where they want to be. They're looking good, but fully flashed. Just Scott can't see anything. Now, Chelly does go down, unfortunately, but we are going to get a nice quick push rolling up in here. But then again, I say quick push, but then Arm and Ottawa do some deletions, but then so does XD Gamer. It's all up to a Loose. Can a Loose, being on the Loose, be able to get this?
Get all the loose ends together. I mean, we can go on for quite some time. Illusion, make it possible. XD Gamer up close. He's gonna find the kill. Underestimated. How are they the ones picking up this round? It looks so good for Merciless. They started to pick things up, and now their economy is close to non-existent. Again, the same will account for them. Losing this round, they're only getting $2,000. And now, this time, instead of having 1 deagle, a master, look how many they have now. They have 2 pistols and 3 rifles, where they're gonna have to find this round with. Otherwise, they're not only going to be down towards 12, but maybe even 13 looking at the buy. Loose again shuts it down. This guy only steps up when it matters, and it matters this time. 13 Still not possible to be taken unless Underestimate can win this round, but they gotta fight back from a 5-on-3. Taking full control of both mid and was the A side. And the arc from a loose is really the difference maker right here. Really keeping the Merciless side alive. They don't want to go home just yet. They really want to stay firm, hold on. But Port, we definitely did not expect it to go this close head-to-head, toe-to-toe. We expected that from a map ball village. Didn't happen. Now Underestimated still having the chance to do it all, but will they be the ones to do it? Because this is a 5-on-3. This is still possible. Even though Merciless with great trading, they should be the ones taking this round.
They definitely should be, and Scott might get a little itchy here. You know, he doesn't have a whole lot to lose, but a whole lot to gain. Does grab some information, but will they push? You know, we've got some great discipline from Chelly, but it seems like the almighty might have said you're doing something a little too crazy. What was that on both of them? Yep, so things happen, and you know, when you do things certain ways, things happen. So now we're tied up 11-11, and well, we'll just have to wait and see what they can do. All the buys are coming in. They're gonna try and do this one more time. Full buys across the board.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Underestimated now have a buy to themselves, and they keep on winning full buys. Whereas when it comes to ecos, or for example a deagle, they're not allowed to do so. So this once again a full buy round will be Underestimated picking it up. Is Merciless gonna make us go to the third and final map? I definitely feel like there's a possibility for both things to happen. There will be a full buy. It's all gonna come down to this particular round. Will set themselves up for the future. For Merciless will once again be just 1,000 they're getting, so we can have the full buy coming forward into the following round. B side gonna be challenged. Alu still fighting for the back lines, allowed to get a wall bang on Tyloo. That's the bomb getting dropped. I don't know if he's too aware of that singular thing, but at least he's gonna have the ability to now sit back and relax, which is 4 points of health. Gonna give over the B side, gonna hand it to them. They know they're gonna have the man advantage going into the retake. But this is going to be interesting. Ooh, UE is rotating. They're going to go back to A. And that's exactly the side that Merciless is stacking this time. So really couldn't have been worse for Underestimated as they're choosing the wrong side for this execute.
Yep, it looks like it. They're making a call. They're doing a thing. It may not be the right thing. Be able to see XD getting deleted. Triton has a chance here. Maybe Def coming in. Maybe they don't see him. Ooh, it's changing it up. They got 2-2 now. Both.
Bomb has been planted.
Two players getting deleted, and now it's left up to Scott and Ottawa to do the retake.
Boy, post-plant situation. The rest of it having the bomb plant on their favor. Nate will be thrown in. Scott is going to move inside of the smoke. Will Def be aware? He might not. Trying to look around. He's swinging through. Scott doesn't clear the corner. It's going to climp around 180. How is that possible? A sixth sense of Scott. And he's able to clean it up and win the round.
Bomb has been defused.
What is that?
Scott's over here like, I smell a smelly smell that smells behind me. Just whips it around. But we're going to try it one more time. This could be one more round, and that's going to go to Merciless. But again, you have everything bought up on the side of Underestimate. This is event. This could be that final round to then put it up to a tie again, and then in which case there could be only one more after that. And Def opens it up. There is a trade. There is a nade, but it doesn't do a whole lot there. And so, ooh, Shelly's real low, but bumping in here, and Watts is able to get it with that 7 HP. Oh no, Isaac put in, doubles up. 2-2. And the bomb's down. It's down to a retake now.
Blue's still standing though. Runs up close. But look for Tyloo, gets the kill. There's a second. We're going to deciding round 25. As Underestimated is this time able to win the post plant. The money from Merciless is somewhat bad. Isaac cannot buy himself armor. Gonna have to go for an M4. A few M4s will be bought. It all comes down to this round, Master. We fought for it. The teams have fought for it. And Underestimated have the opportunity now to claim the victory and put themselves inside of that group final. One best of 5 away from the top 2 in the world. Put themselves in the top 4. Will they find it? It all comes down to this round. Merciless, yeah, they're not gonna play aggressive. They know what type of pressure is on. And UE, do they have what it takes? Such little time together. And now playing in this such important round. They can be the top of a region. They can be the top of their own countries. That is possible. Will it be?
Yeah, it's going to come down to this. There's no more rounds after it. They're going to go and play it safe. You know, they're able to do that. You know, make sure they don't make those mistakes. But, you know, here it is. No one's gone just yet. Nobody has left the building. But ultimately, it has to come down. There's only 50 seconds left. We do still see some damage dealt. Oh no, caught with his knife out, but XD and Tyler do refrags. Okay, still doable.
Bomb has been
There's a retake. Kill gets found for Otso. He sprays him down through the box. Up close they still are. Trying to hold on for the retake. Bomb is sticking though. And all 3 are coming from one side. So this could be in a massacre spray down. Playing from the boxes. XD Gamer tried to get it through the smoke. The swing coming through. XD Gamer gonna jump around the corner. He gets the kill. Oh, it's all down to Ottawa. The IGL need to step up. And he could just be the hero. But he could also be the fearless maker. Underestimated. They're the kings of NA. They unthrone Merciless. No chance. And 13-12 on the map that Merciless was known for. They're the kings. But will they be the kings of the world? Because now everything is possible, you would say. Underestimated. The upset kings, the underdogs of the World Championship, are going on for more.
They are indeed. They have just done the unthinkable. They have dethroned the kings, the champions. And now they're going back up to a rematch against Rain. Now, granted, Rain did 2 of them before, but now it looks like they're way more ready than ever before to go up against some of the best of the best, which, you know, Rain is arguably the best EU team and the former crown-holding champions of last year's Worlds. And, well, they're going to be going up against him and to see if they can knock them out before they get to the finals, or if they get knocked out. But either way, congratulations to Underestimated for taking not only 1, but 2 wins in a row and taking one of the 2 crown champions out of Worlds 2023.
Yeah, and getting more of the prize money as well. Underestimated not only the calls or the kings of NA now getting a rematch against Rain, winning against a team that had a little better score against the side from Rain, had something more to it. It was 13-11, 13-12. Underestimated had some more trouble when it comes to Rain. I think 13-7 or 13-8. And now they're outdoing the kings of NA. They're outbeating their region and now get a rematch against Rain when they're more prepared. They've been together for a short amount of time. And then the improvements become much bigger, right? From a shorter amount of time, you can improve much more. And that's something that UE have shown. When you are together for 2 years already, there's going to be where are we going to be able to work on, right? Because we've already worked on everything. We've already done something. Once you're going to try to repeat. Underestimated still had a lot to work on. They had team play, but also some of the maps still in play. They had very basic stuff, right? Beacon on each other's contact, communication. It's all been improved. And this singular World Championship has shown that they can improve so much that they're now here in a 2-0 position, obviously, and now beating the champs of their own region. The people that have been together for so long, they've played. And it's the young boys, hey, Master, we're talking about it. The young boys against the old heads, maybe. And now, the new generation is stepping up and saying, we're here, and we're going to try and get it all. We're here for the crown. We're in the top 4 of the worlds. Now, what is going to happen? We don't know. But we know that Underestimated is able to do incredibly great things. And that's needed to go further in this World Championship.
Exactly. And I mean, how many crowns can one team get in one tournament? You know, being able to steal it away from Merciless, being able to, you know, remove them from the event. You know, unfortunately today we had to see one team go, and that is going to be Merciless. And well, rematch it is with Rain. Will they be able to take down the second crown? Now, will they be able to take the overall crown for Worlds 2023? That'll be their third one if they can get past the second one, that is Rain. Even though they hold the crown, and then if they remove them, that's fantastic. But you still have to worry about that consolidation number 2. Then in which case, you know, that is a thing that's going to be happening. And well, we'll have to just kind of wait and see, because that'll be some more matches coming up next week as well. So, you know, we still got some more matches tomorrow to find out who's going to be moving forward, whether that's, you know, G9 or Evil Vision. One of those two. Again, we'll be saying goodbye tomorrow. But that's something that we will have to figure out and see, you know, what is possible, what can be done, and ultimately, you know, see where we leave off. But guys, don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to take a short little break. Remember, those viewer rewards will be coming soon, but we're going to take a short break real quick, and then we'll be right back. And now Zion is still, you know, in here. He's low, but he's still here. And Vorshix 1, 2, and 3 triple for Vorshix on round number 2 to clean it up for the round. Too well for him, but we'll have to see what they can do. Again, if they can get the jump on him, that'd be great. But currently right now, it is a full stack of pretty much everything for the side of Violet and GG. They have pretty much everything they possibly want. Daff with a triple on him. 4, almost 5.
And I think he spotted one on the crosshair, going for a frag to try and soften him up. But it's going to do no damage. He's popping the M4 shots now, trying to get them as they cross. He manages to find one. And a lot of players have just been dropped on site, but Def, with the flank, has actually taken down Noxic from the cliff. And Triton with a nice headshot from the revolver. And he's forced these players into the back with that flash. And Def is going for the swing, and he's going to find both. How do UE win that round? They're on an eco, and they just turn it around. What a fantastic round. Oh my goodness, Def being the MVP there. That flash was perfect. It's very nice for playing exits. This angle is nasty from Noxic. If he actually finds anyone through this angle, I'm going to be a happy person. I want him to get 1 kill, but it looks like everyone is running away now. Oh, he actually does get one. He gets a headshot as he tries to climb up the box. Dude, take your notes, guys, if you're watching. That is actually a very interesting angle. I've never seen that before. Coalition spawn on this map is very nice for playing exits. This angle is nasty from Noxic. If he actually finds anyone through this angle, I'm going to be a happy person. I want him to get 1 kill, but it looks like everyone is running away now. Oh, he actually does get one. He gets a headshot as he tries to climb up the box. Dude, take your notes, guys, if you're watching. That is actually a very interesting angle. I've never seen that before. It's just rocking a deagle in hand, and look at Explain. He's so fast. He's already going to backstab the Symbol player immediately. They have no idea he's here, but he doesn't get the kill. How does Explain not find that? Triton with the flick is going to get the headshot. And Donnelly on site, able to find a kill, and he gets a second on XD with the flick headshot. It's down to a 3-on-2. Donnelly gets a headshot on Bossy as well. Someone needs to stop this man. Triton is now the last one standing, but he jumps around the corner. What is Donnelly doing this round? He just...
Ooh, distraction. Okay, Bossy gets 1, 2. Explain gets another. Explain gets another. It's down to Bossy to make this happen. In a reload. Doesn't know which side to go for. Left, right, and Explain.
No util to help them with this, and Donnelly has a smoke in hand right now. XE trying to find a kill with the spam through the box there, but he can't. And Donnelly is going to chuck a smoke towards the Coalition spawn. XE popping the reload. Boss is going to find a kill. It's down to a 2-on-2. These players are coming in. HP does favor UE here, but Violent GG also have the advantage of having the bomb planted. And Vorshix playing by the side. XE's gonna spot one out. Vorshix gets the first kill. Bossy going for the swing, and he's gonna get the headshot. Underestimated.
So now bomb is planted. Retake is coming in. punching into the air,
Oh my
falling from the
goodness.
sky. Fallen Knight able to get 2, maybe 3. He sees him. He's going for the spray. Myland punches in. He gets taken down by Ottawa. Trying to get the spray in. Fallen Knight goes down, and it's all defaultless in a 1v2, and he gets 1 and 2. What?
It's the flick, dude. What a clean shot.
Dude, I think they don't anticipate it. They're not holding it right now. Yeah, Scott's gonna get taken down. It's all up to Vape in the corner. Myland has spotted him out.
And he's able to get the kill. Rain pulling off another round.
And, well, they've only got Masia really over there looking with Faultless. And so they might be able to. And then, see, there's that hero rifle running in. Now Faultless has got to keep it. That rifle out of the hands of him.
Oh, my goodness.
Double kill just after 1. Making it 3.
Scott already here and in position. Eluse is going to get taken down as an opener. He's pushed up super aggressively, which again, it might be ill-timed. They're not even ready to go over on the ramp side, and it's falling apart for Merc. Only Ottawa and Vape are left, and they're pushing up over by generators. Do they expect Myline to be here? It's the pre-fire from Ottawa, but Nexera comes in with a 2K to trade it out. And Rain have just brought us to match point. And do they know at this point? We have 20 seconds on the clock. It comes down to the wire here. Masia is going to take down Scott. He's going to spot another player. Gets a second kill on Eluse. The smoke out on sight. But I think it's almost over. We're down to a 5-on-2. But Ottawa gets a 2K on sight. He's sticking the bomb plan. No, he actually gets off the plan. He's in a 1-on-3. Only 5 seconds. But it's Masia.
It's going to be better than it could have been.
Yeah, something I was thinking is Mafia just feeling confident. Might try to force up a little bit. 3 AKs being bought. Deagles in the hands of Vulgard and Zello. They're going to try to catch G9 off guard here and break up the momentum before it can even start for Team G9. Flash is out, Crux up and alive. He's able to find 2. That's a huge play. A duel finds Malik, and those AKs are going to absolute weight. Shadow's able to find 1.
And then here's the hero rifle coming in. Zello, you know, he's been absolutely nasty so far, so he's able to get 1. The rifle was recovered, but didn't do a whole lot. But guess what? I get the respect. The bomb is still planted.
Crucial to look at those bomb plants as much as you can. Mafia.
Yes.
Done it twice so far. 12 remaining tag just a little bit, comes on out and quickly eliminated by a duel. It's up to Zello now. Got the SG. Ooh, the drop shot comes in. He finds a second. No! No! You got the rest of the same master. I'm done.
To go ahead and put themselves in a better position for taking this hero map.
Yeah, like I said, it's the small things that really just added up for G9. You can iron a couple of those out, you're gonna be sitting pretty. Oh, there's Zello. Nixage getting dropped by him.
No!
Work those utilities, got the SGs to work with. It's fast play here. Do you go A? I would say go A, and they might be able to totally fake him out here. There's only one player here. It's Shadow. He's gonna be cut off guard. Player number 9 engaging with him. He's gonna get... You can't do that, Sadak. He's still alive. Shadow gets to second. Why? What is going on? A duel even though the body can't board, but it's Malik there with 2K. 7-11, grab that blue. Nice G Fuel here. Ooh, G9. That tactical pause did something. Maybe they just needed to refill the G Fuel shakers. Makes a bigger difference than you think. Need some colder water in there. Nixid, what you gonna do here? Got a player on the left and a right. Ooh, lands multiple shots, gonna get dropped, but did good damage. Teammate following up, able to find 1. Sadak, it's you! He's able to double up with the odds. There's many possibilities here, but either way, you don't want to allow Evil Vision to go up 9-3. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh, this, that's going on the, oh.
You know, it's still not doable just yet.
Still time to defuse. Max, over in the corner, getting spammed. Oh, he's able to find Enrico and flips on. Cool.
Max
is the cash department. They're not able. Oh, cool. That was me. That was like 2 pixels of his head. I mean, there's no like rim. I'm sure it's like I can't even see him.
Oh, no!
What are you doing, Seminole? Why? It's like you're.
Yeah, they've already got it in, and well, it's 2-3. I mean, they have a chance now. It's 2-2. Domain is low though. He's got to get the jump. Maybe get the distraction, and here it is. Down to another 1-1. Oh, he's holding it. Oh, he's holding it.
Oh, he's gonna get it. He's got the time.
Metal's frustrated. He isn't able to land the shot either. Domain trying to escape with his life.
And Chele might be able to get a backstab on the match. Oh, they're ready for it. They're actually peeking the flank, but it's Flawless with a 2K Fallen Knight finding a headshot as well. Chele's still hanging out around mid. He's gonna get spun in the vents, and he's actually taking off now. Actually, no, he faked it out, but it doesn't matter. Flawless with the jumping headshot. Def manages to get the bomb plant, but he's in a 1v4. This is not looking very winnable. I mean, maybe he could try and go for some crazy hero play, wrap around to heaven, but it looks like he's just gonna hang out by B long, and this is definitely gonna be an unlikely round to win. Still does have the full armor. He's able to get one, actually gets two, and he's still pretty high on health. Manages to pop the reload there, but he has to deal with the heaven player as well. That makes his retake a bit more difficult, but he gets a headshot. But oh my goodness, my line is going to take him down. Still a good effort by Def. He turned a 1v4 into a 1v1. We got to give him props for that one.
Spawn trying to catch someone off guard previously. That was successful, as that Rain is kind of stuck on the side themselves, and they can get flanked. Look, that coalition spawn player of Wives is getting taken down, and now they're all squeezed in from the side. As long as they can still hold, it's not problematic, and Xera's going to try to find a swing on top of it. You don't find it just yet. XD Gamer still been known. Mylight with the kill. They've been successful to hold the side down this time. But Triton can still do something about it. They're going to try to reposition. Triton with the nade kill. It's all down into the 2-on-2. 50 seconds left. Faultless next in line, trying to shut it down. He will swing, catching up one, runs away. Well done for him to chip them up one by one. All left to Triton. He's still blinded, trying to look for the final kill. Spots out the shadow, gets the kill. Nexera is all that's left. No armor to his name, so Triton, in that regard, might actually still have a chance to win this. Nexera will swing though. Seeing him now, swinging out for more. Triton maybe moving back. He's swinging again. He's gonna get the round. Triton wins it.
Oh, this Eagle run from underestimated. Or actually, not an Eagle run. It was just XD with a Deagle. I just saw with a Deagle in hand. And here we go. Chele able to open it up on a my line. That's 2 picks in favor of UE here. And Rain, can they pull this round off? I'm not 100% sure. Flawless already on a fast backstab though, and he spots 3 players belong, and he's just lining up the shots now at this point. But he doesn't even need to do it on his own. Fallen Knight able to get 2 with the swing, and Flawless takes down Chele from.
On the other hand, you gotta try some cheeky things. You gotta try and move your way in. Still a 4-on-4 has been created, which allows for a chance to happen. Definitely allows for some plays to be quite useful. XD Gamer up on the side himself. Rain is repositioning back to A. There will be a peek from Triton coming through, I think. So that will be a fight that they're gonna have to take. In the meantime, Fallen Knight is the one to move up the ramp, so Triton should be getting taken out from behind. Yep, he will. And Faultless and Fallen Knights are cleaning house up. They've taken back control over the ramp as well. Now Faultless dropping. Might allow some juicy pieces to come through. XD Gamer, while being blind, capitalizing upon Fallen Knight, leaving Wives in a very awkward spot. He's gonna have to find the 1-on-2. Otherwise, Underestimate might move their way up to 8, and they will do so by double peeking. Incredibly well done. The round looked because when you're isolated, Rain is also allowed to take isolated fights, and that's exactly what they're known for, of being so incredibly great at. They're great at the individuals as well. And Underestimated, when you're going for individual fights against Rain, you might still lose. It's like rolling a dice, and in the end, you're gonna be losing those. What a great performance so far for Rain. They're shutting them down. XD Gamer able to play and find himself Nexera. Myline still on the side, but now he's all that's left here onto the A side. Still gonna shut it down.
return after a great little upset, obviously. We're hoping to have ourselves a lovely, nice little interview with one of the guys, obviously, from Underestimate to see about how it all felt, what it all was, obviously, going all this way and being inside the top 4 now of the worlds here of criticalops. But before we do that, obviously, we got ourselves some lovely little sponsors to give some attention, to give some love, and one of them being the Red Magic, of course, that you guys can actually win.
Yep, this is an absolute nasty phone. You guys definitely want to make sure that you're putting in for the win for that, because it is an absolute amazing phone. It comes in multiple colors, Midnight, Platinum, and Aurora. This phone, what's hugely important is it comes with that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Great for power, great for performance, great for efficiency for your battery life, because it does come with a 6,000 milliamp battery, which does have a 65-watt charger in the box, unlike some others. Something that's, kind of rare at this point. But it can go from 0 to 100 in 35 minutes. So, I mean, if you're playing some games, you take a 5-minute, 10-minute break, you're pretty much, a third of your battery's back up and going. So, something to definitely note. But something that's even better is that performance. You're going to stay cool. You're going to stay nice and chilly with your performance with that vapor chamber that's in there with that 20,000 RPM fan to keep it from overheating. You have no notch, no punch holes, no nothing to go along with that. But also you have the shoulder triggers. You got some touch triggers on the side of the phone, so you can use that with 520 hertz sampling rate to make sure that it's registering your touches. But what's even better is that touchscreen has a sampling rate of 960 hertz, where an iPad Pro only has 240. So you're getting more than 3 times the performance of the sampling of the touchscreen. You're getting those 520 sample rate triggers, and the screen is 120 hertz refresh rate too for your FPS. It is an absolute amazing phone. So guys, make sure you're getting in to win this, because it is absolutely amazing. And if you want to pick one up for yourself, they do have some bundles. They have a gamepad bundle, a case, and a screen protector bundle on their website as well.
I mean, you're speaking about that 120 hertz, right? I mean, one other thing about it real quickly. I mean, PlayStation 4 had 60 FPS. Let's just get that to your mind real quickly. Such a big system had 60 FPS as max, and that one runs on 120 hertz. That thing is a beast. You definitely want to check out it winning, of course. And here we do see that G Fuel, of course. I mean, we choose to work with G Fuel because it's just been a supporter of mobile esports for a very long time, and we have believed in that it's a very quality-like project. The benefits of the product are that there's low calories in there and no sugar. So that means you won't experience such big of a crash, or any crash rather, because there's just no sugar in there like the other energy drinks have. It's clean, natural energy, a variety of flavors, and it has collaborated with a lot of partners, and some of those partners have their own flavors. So me, myself, I've once had the GeoFuse starter kit, where I really liked one of them, which was Betelgeuse, and that was actually that was made by FaZe. They've partnered up with big companies, also games, The Witcher, Mortal Kombat, and it's a great thing to have in your life, such as playing games, streaming, or just overall activities to keep you energized all over the day. And the code, of course, Esports Mobile, you can use. They've got a nice little discount now with the buy two, get one for free. Basically, it's a nice little ad that they have, and obviously the small tubs that you can still get. Buy one, get one. That's the thing I was looking for. Or buy 2, get 1 for free. I mean, whatever one sounds quite great for you is obviously known. And you can get that with the code Esports Mobile as well. So it's really great to have everything settled up. 20% off for everything. And the buy one, get one. All there for you.
Yep, and that code can be used on just about anything on their website. Plushies, the samples, the big tubs, the tiny tubs, all the tubs. That discount can be used, and then that buy one, get one. So it's not bad. If you want some flavors, you're not too sure, especially those tiny tubs, they're already a good price, but then take 20% off and get another one. Yeah, that's 2 flavors right there. I mean, that's definitely something to do. But what else is something to do is we have somebody we want to sit down with and have a good chat. We do have one lucky and lovely player coming in from the side of Underestimated to tell us a little bit what was going on in the background with all these crazy matches we just got done seeing.
Should I say Zeke, or should I say Def? He's here, and he's going to be explaining us what has happened, because what has happened, Zeke or Def, whatever I want to call you, because there's been a lot going on, hasn't there?
Yeah, there has.
Yeah, I mean, how does it feel now to be the top inside of NA? Like, you just beat the champs.
Feels amazing, man. We earned it.
Yeah, I mean, the series was pretty great. A 2-0. We didn't expect a win on port. Well, what made you get to this point? Because you absolutely decimated them mainly on that coalition side.
Yeah, we're really good on port, but in previous matches we just end up choking because of mishaps and stuff. But our port's really strong, and we're really confident in it.
Yeah, you guys did such a great job of that early half, getting up to 9 rounds. Now, granted, I'm sure, things happen when you switch. You guys unfortunately lost quite a few rounds going into the flip. But ultimately, you guys were able to bring it back. I mean, those last couple of rounds, those last 3, once you got to that 10-10 tie, what was going on between you guys? Like, what, did you guys have to really, rein stuff back in, or was everybody still calm, cool, and collected? You guys knew what you needed to do.
We had to lock in. We just locked in. Verdi, the IGL, he was just telling us where to go and how to get picks around the map, and we just make our solo plays if we needed. If we find an opportunity, that's good for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty freestyle for a team that's been together for so limited time, right? I mean, how is it? Because you guys, I mean, you've obviously played with each other probably on and off, but not many of you, or like I think 2, you and together with someone else have played in some of the pro leagues. But for example, Triton, he's played in none of those events. How does it feel to have such players in there, but still play this well? What is the real magic behind you guys?
Well, we're just really a friend group. Like, yeah, we get on the team, but all together at the end, we're just a big friend group that we just play and have fun. So all that chem really builds up, and we just trust each other.
So you guys play together frequently outside of events and doing things just kind of casually as well?
Yeah, we do a bunch of stuff together.
Okay.
That's good.
That's great to hear. Maybe one more, downside, I want to say, or maybe a bad one you probably don't want to be remembered on it. But you guys did lose against Reina. That's going to be your next opponent, right? You're going to have to play that best of 5. What is going to be different for you guys that this time guys are going to be taking a dub? Because I feel like, you're talking here very nice, of course. You want to get that win. But what will be different this time?
We're just going to lock in. When on the day of RGN, there's nobody was focused that much, but we're not going to let that happen again.
Okay. Focus. That'll be the difference, Master. We're going to focus as well on something else, and that's going to be the ending of the stream. Thank you so much, Steph, for joining us here in this lovely interview. It's been lovely to talk to you guys, get some insights, and good luck on your future matches.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck and have fun. But guys, that is going to be pretty much the end for us. Again, Def, thank you so much for hanging out with us and giving us a little bit of that insight and letting us know that, when you're in the zone, you got to be in the zone. And, that's what you got to do. You got to lock it in. But unfortunately, we have to say goodbye and lock the doors for today because that unfortunately was our only match for today. Now, there will be another match tomorrow. Don't forget about that. So that is still coming up. And that'll be tomorrow, and that's going to be Sunday, same exact time as today. That is 10 a.m. PDT or 7 p.m. CET. So do be sure to check it on that. Again, that's going to be G9 versus Evil Vision, rocking it in to find out who's going to be, unfortunately, eliminated. As we check out the updated brackets, Jesse, it's looking good, especially with Underestimated now moving up into that top 4.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it, and also for the matchup of tomorrow. I will be there myself as well. Fortunately, you will have, or luckily, I guess for you, you're gonna have yourself a day off. You're gonna watch from the backlines yourself, but that's gonna be insane. We all expected Evil Vision to be the real contender for everybody, but now Team G9 getting that win earlier, they're gonna have a rematch again against Evil Vision. That was a match we unfortunately didn't have on stream. But it was one of the biggest upsets again. Can it happen again? Is Evil Vision gonna lock in? But literally lock in, like also Zeke says, because you just gotta lock in. That's what you gotta do. And Evil Vision have the ability, with a player like Cool in that team, with Medal still rocking the highest rated in existence. But he just gotta show it here when it comes to the World Championship. The experience needs to thrive against Team G9, against Baba Sodak's team, with all players around it as well. Such an experienced player in the scene. I'm looking forward to tomorrow already.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm super jelly. So, have fun with that, Jesse. And, it's going to be a good match regardless. Like I said, I'll be checking it from the sidelines along with you guys and having a good time. But that's going to be it for us. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to make sure you're getting notified. Sometimes YouTube doesn't let you know things right away. So make sure that you're on Twitter as well, or X, to get notified from that and of the Discord. Because again, all the things sometimes don't notify you when it's supposed to. And, you need to have multiple points for that to happen. But Jesse, it's been a pleasure. It was a great game. It was a great upset. Underestimated. Congratulations again. And Jesse, any final words for the congratulations or to the fans?
I mean, to the fans, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. The admins as well, checking out everything behind the scenes, working tight and getting everything sorted. A lot of people here that got their sweet viewer rewards, asking for it, but now you guys got it, and you guys are obviously going to be here hopefully tomorrow to check those out and get those sweet rewards hopefully again, but ultimately see a lovely match once more. So make sure you're checking in tomorrow, because you do want to see that, of course, the sponsors as well, to help us out with everything behind the scenes. They're also going to give us some nice giveaways, give you guys some nice giveaways, so definitely be sure to check that out. Of course, further along in the World Championship, we'll start to give those out. So yeah, those were my final words. Pleasure being here, and hopefully till next day. Up close in the corner, trying to peek up their contact. Swings are coming through. XD Gamer lining up 2. Greatly done. As underestimate, holds onto the side. Only player left is a loose. 2 kills to his name. Looking for more, but Thief is going to is going to take him away. For Barb and XD Gamer lining him up. So does Shell. Still on the side, a loose. Far run back. Scott is running through. Lines them up, gets 2. Retake is still doable as Scott is going to line them all, and the round gets won by Merciless. How is this possible when the rest...
Still going back and forth. Merciless has done really, really good rounds. Oh, but Jelly, okay. Coming in, getting 3.
I have to see how it will be in the other maps, because it could also be a decimation when it comes to it. Just like this round.
No.
Isaac, you absolute monster. You're going to take him, Shell. They're going to have Arm run up, but at the same time, there's a player of Shell trying to take him away. Now he has taken control over middle. All eyes can be on long. All eyes can be on the A push, and they will try to shut them down, but for now, there's still a chance to stop it. The spray from Death will finally come through. All down into a 2v2. The flank as well from Ottawa. Able to catch him off, and now Triton coming in a little too late. No chance to recover this round, as Merciless is going to be the ones walking up to 6. 6 more to go to be able to make it all the way into a possible final round. But it looks like Underestimate is not going to be winning this one, or else Triton must go absolute nuclear. Up close, the swing coming through from Ottawa. Triton knows, Triton sees. Shell looking for the first kill, trying to take down Scots around the corner. This is going to be an important fight they have to win. Ottawa lines up the first. There's a dink, there's a kill. The players from UE are on the side. It's all left to Ottawa now. Tries to read, starts to walk up. Def is close. Tries to look for the opener. Lose finds 1. Shell will line up 2. They're coming out from B-Long as well as a player in container. It's allowed to deal and at least keep them at bay for now at the A site. Shelly's still here. Shelly has arrived, and he's with the Scar, finding himself a triple. Isaac on the site, lining up 2. It's Merciless. They get their file in GG before in a 2-1. You know, I can't believe how far they've come. And now, they're obviously going to have to prove it right here, right now on the favorite map called Merciless. Which the pistol and the follow-up got found. From that point onwards, been Merciless every step of the way. Still, Silo's also been seen. He's down to his final few bullets. Only 14 left. Getting taken down, but really got to be picking up some rounds soon.
Ooh, that's not good. So just the tip of the barrel, although they do get a trade. That's okay. So Jelly.
But they will clear. They'll try and peek together. Kill gets found a loose. As isolated 1, he's done the first part, but needs to do the second one as well. Second chapter of the book. As a loose will get chased. He's going to be finding himself falling. Oh!
What'll happen if they time this just right? They can take him down, and that's going to be 1, 2. Not the third, but that is actually a Jelly's there. Not a whole lot to, work with. I mean, still has a pistol. Okay, that's going to be huge for Def, being able to get that tap on Scott, which so far Scott has been one of the most impactful players that might be able to help them out. Almost 2. And now rifle v rifle, and they do get the jump. No. Yeah, this one, this round, this game, this map is not the one you expect for this to happen. This could be big here. Elute's actually able to get 1. Chelly is just waiting, using his ears. Might be able to come in for this backstab here. Yeah, they're not going to expect him to be coming up here because they just walked it. Ottawa, it was not Hasn't said anything. And now he's going to get at least one.
They are the positions. They're in a position now, Coalition side, that you can hold the angles. And they all agree completing the retake. But Triton can just shut it down.
No.
Triton with the MR. Will Def be aware? He might not. Trying to look around. He's swinging through. Scott doesn't clear the corner. Gonna climp around. What?
50 seconds left. We do still see some damage dealt. Oh no, caught with his knife out, but XD and Tyler do refrags. Okay, still doable.
Bomb has been
It's a retake. Still gets found for Watson. He sprays him down through the box. Up close they still are. Trying to hold on for the retake. Bomb is sticking though. And all three are coming from one side. This could be in a massacre spray down. Playing from the boxes. XD Gamer tries to get it through the smoke. The swing coming through. XD Gamer gonna jump around the corner. He gets the kill. Oh, it's all down to Ottawa. The IGL need to step up. And he could just be the hero. But he could also be the deal as maker. Under...